graphic for the, beginning, but
right.
In time. It says that we're live. I haven't seen the counter pop up there. It's not on my phone. Hello,
Yeah.
everybody. Welcome.
Hi.
Oh, there it goes.
Is
there
it?
It goes.
All
Hello,
right.
everybody.
I'm not.
Welcome.
Oh, there we go. It's on my
There
phone.
it goes.
Hello.
All right. I'm
Heidi
glad.
Ho.
I think you guys can see us now. Hello. I'm just getting
Hello.
us pulled up on my phone. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Fantastic Finds Wednesday. Welcome, you guys. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's a lot of people in the chat. Holy cow.
There
Okay,
is.
I'm going to try and go back up all the way to the top. I was up there, but it was down in the middle. Welcome, you guys. Hello. I see the counter is up there. I see us on our phone. So hopefully you guys can see us and you can hear us loud and clear tonight. Welcome. It is Fantastic Finds Wednesday, always at 8 o'clock on a Wednesday. I think for the time being, Jason and I kind of talked about this, that we are going to keep it over here for the remainder of 2024. And then we'll talk about maybe what's going to come down the pipe. So you can find us every Wednesday over here for the rest of the year tonight on Wednesdays. Okay.
But every
welcome
time,
in, you guys, Jason.
Yes. But Amie, every time they come in, every time you click on Amy's channel or her chat, you have to go meow meow. You have to go meow meow.
I don't know about that. That's
okay.
That's doing a lot.
Okay.
Actually, somebody commented on my Elkhorn video. No shade. If you guys take the time to leave a snarky comment, chances are that I'm going to delete it.
Right.
But I just thought it was funny that somebody commented like, "Oh, I love watching your videos, but I don't like every time that you find a cat that you have to say meow meow."
Now, see, that's funny because I met two fellas at Mother Tucker's this Saturday because I worked for Tina. So I was actually at the store. I remember the one fella's name was Kelvin, but I forget the other fella's name, and I'm so sorry. But both of those fellas told me that they watch you religiously. And because they watch you, now when they go antiquing and they see a cat they're interested in, they go meow meow, meow meow. So there's the polar opposite of the world.
Well,
you got to
where I got it from was Misty, because we would be shopping together and then we would find a cat and we would both go meow meow at the same time. So it's like, if we're shopping together, well, I hope that person doesn't watch that video because it's gonna be painful to watch anyway. Okay. Welcoming you guys. My co-host this evening, and as always, is Jason of Mothertuckersantiques. Make sure you're subscribed to Mother Tuckers and myself if you're not already. We certainly would appreciate that. Let's go to the top of the chat and see who's joining us this evening. If anybody's watching us from the Lurkers Lounge, you're welcome to say hello. If it's your first time here, also welcome to say hello. We do have a lot of friendly folks down in the chat that would love to welcome you as well. All right, so the very first person I see in the chat, or on StreamYard anyways, is Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Artsy Fartsy. Welcome in, Tracy. Thank you so much. And second in the chat is Terry V. Welcome, Terry. Good to see you this evening. I'm going to skip myself because I'm also in the chat. Next I see Mr. William. Good to see you. Willie's in the house tonight.
Absolutely.
And there's one of our lovely mods, Kim of Desert Gal Curios. Make sure you guys are following Kim over on Virtual Antique Marketplace. She is getting ready to post some Christmas. I know that.
Sure.
I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Who else am I seeing? Yes, you guys, if you're coming in, I would appreciate it if you left a thumbs up on the video. Just helps with the engagement and hopefully gets it pushed out to a little bit more people. And then I see Lorianne Sugar Britches is in the chat. Hi, Lorianne. Good to see you. Hope you and Gino are doing good. Good. It is cold here in Michigan today. It was like in the 30s last night. I have not turned the heat on, though. No. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. You can put on more clothes if you're cold, but if you're too hot, you can't do anything about it. So, all right. I see Karen is in the chat tonight. Karen is going to be our official bid ender tonight. I have not seen Mr. Gavin yet in the chat. Maybe he's down there a little bit farther. I know that we've talked about high-tech graphics here on YouTube.
Yes.
Jason's got happy birthday, Phil. I tried my hand. I tried. I'm pretty low budget myself. But I did want to wish Karen and Gavin a happy anniversary today. Happy anniversary, you two. Thank you for being a special part of our community. And we hope you guys had a fun day. I know you guys went out antiquing today. So
good times.
Happy anniversary. Okay, who else am I seeing? Carrie. Carrie has joined us back this week. Carrie was new last week. Welcome back, Carrie. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. There is Mama Pam. Hi, Mom. We are having a mini yard sale at my house on Friday, and Mom Pam's bringing cookies. So
if you guys are anywhere near an Amie's house, you need to get there. Because I'm telling you, once you get some of Mama Pam's cookies.
Well, they're jumbo cookies, too. They're like jumbo.
Ooh. How much will one of those cost, Amie?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Okay.
I honestly can't remember. Mom would probably be able to tell you better than I can.
Definitely not as much as she could be selling them for.
This is true. She is making some special cookies to bring to Misty's pop-up.
Okay, yes.
That are going to be in the likeness of a Holt Howard winking Santa mug. So
okay.
I can't wait to see what those are going to look like. All right. I see Beth C is also in the chat tonight. Please go follow Beth over on Virtual Antique Marketplace as well. Beth always has fun vintage goodies in her shop too. Who am I seeing? Leslie, collector at heart. Good to see you this evening. There's Gavin. I'll let you do your thing, Jason.
What would happen if I came up with something new? I got to come up with something new for next year. We'll come up with something new. But in the meantime, I'm snapping because it's the one and only Grady Group of Vintage Recordings. Please give our friend a follow. He has a really fun YouTube channel here. Of course, it's called Grady Group of Vintage Recordings. He plays music. It's definitely off of vinyl. It's on a turntable, and he drops a lot of knowledge about the music hits that he plays. So please make sure you give Gavin a follow. That is also known as Grady Grupo. He's the other half of the Gillette Corporation. So please, let's get him some more followers. I think he's charging toward the 1,500 mark. So he's dropping a ton of knowledge too. And it is the same name on YouTube as it is over on Instagram. So give Grady Grupo Vintage Recordings a follow on any platform. Maybe there'll be a TikTok in the future and a Facebook and a website. But for now, follow him on both.
Dusty Moose.
You do that way better than I do, Amie.
Dusty, thank you for being here. I always have fun. I don't even know where that came from. Honestly, I don't. It just happened.
Well, doesn't a moose kind of draw like that? Doesn't it make doesn't it like when it howls? I don't know. Does a moose howl? But like,
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. It just feels right.
Maybe Dusty remembers where that came from because I don't. It just came out of my mouth one day. I don't know. There's Erin of Blueberry Barn Vintage.
Hello,
hi,
Miss
Erin.
Erin.
Good to see you tonight.
Good to see you.
There is Jason's mom.
Hello, Mom. I love you. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Linda. Thank you for being here. There is the lovely Janine, my Wisconsin buddy. Hi, Janine. Good to see you tonight. And who else am I seeing? I'm trying to go quick. I know. Sorry, you guys. There's Miss Shannon for rar. We can blame Misty for that one. Good to see you, Shannon. Thank you for being here. And there's Tina. I got to meet Tina in Wisconsin as well. Thank you for being here, Tina. And there's Dee, Steel Whisper. Hello, Dee. Good to see you this evening. All right. And there is Chris of My Broom Closet.
Good to see you, Chris.
Good to see you tonight, Chris. I'm going. There's Brenda Batt.
Hello,
Brenda. Good to see you. Spark Joy in Life. Hello, lovely people. Hello. Welcome. I'm going. I'm seeing a lot of repeats.
Nobody's pushing you, Amie. You're fine.
I know, but I feel like I'm taking forever.
I know. There always feels like there's an urgency in it.
Sandra Bowers, welcome in. Good to see you tonight.
Good to see you, Miss Sandra.
I want to know what are the snacks and beverages in the Lurkers Lounge this evening. I hope it's something fall related. There is Peppermint Patty. Good to see you in the chat tonight.
Oh, Peppermint.
I'm going. And there's Jennifer. Junebug Vintage.
Jennifer.
Make sure you guys are following her over on Instagram. And stick around after our sale tonight. Jennifer has sent in some photos of her Halloween hutch display. And there's some great stuff on that display. So I can't wait to share that with everybody. So Jennifer is one. And then we also have a photo from Ton TTK. I'm not sure. Some of you might be familiar with that screen name, sometimes down in the chats. She sent us in something as well. So we actually have 2 shares this evening. There is Cindy Lou. Hello, Cindy. I don't know.
She thrifted treasures. She thrifted treasures.
She did. Okay. Oh, there we go, Jason.
Always puts a smile on my face. The one, the only, the very lovely Pat Robinson from the one, the only Garden State, New Jersey. Good to see you, Pat.
Hi, Pat. Good to see you. There is Elaine Linney. Hello, Elaine. Good to see you tonight. I'm looking. There's Retro D. Welcome in. Good to see you tonight. There is Mirza, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Right.
Welcome.
Right.
That's a new name. Thank you for joining us tonight. Who else am I seeing? Oh, I missed Debbie Gutierrez. How dare I?
Debbie.
And Teddy. I'm sorry, Debbie. I must have skipped over your name, but hello, Debbie. Good to see you tonight. Hey, I got to say it tonight, Jason. Do you need to get it out of your system at all?
No, I'm good. You go right. You do that one so much better. You do Dusty Moose and Debbie Gutierrez. See, I kind of snuck it in there better than I do. So
that's fair. Okay. I'm trying to get down, and there is Brenda.
Hello,
hi, Brenda. Good to see you tonight. And I'm going. There's J.O.
Jennifer. How are you, Jennifer?
Yes.
Good to see you, Jennifer.
Right in my brain as soon as it came out of my mouth. And there's Meow Meow. Hello, Miss Wanda. Good to see you tonight. I love that little kitty popping out of the box.
Oh, yeah.
Emoji. I think I've made it to the bottom, and Miss Melanie just popped in there at the bottom. Yes. Well wishes go out to Tina. Hopefully you start to feel better soon. Jason, how are you feeling?
Well, I just want to thank everybody for all the kind words. And we put that out there just so you guys had some backstory, because I didn't want to. That was the first time in all the years of doing this virtually where I thought we were going to face some shipping delays. So I just wanted you guys to know what was going on. In our area here in Pennsylvania, the flu, it's like an upper respiratory thing. It's not the big C, but it is the flu that's been going around. So Tina is on the mend. Today she's better. I started last Wednesday with it, and then got really bad on Thursday and Friday. It was okay to work the store Saturday, and then Sunday it kind of creeped in again. But we're on the mend, and I was literally supposed to get my flu shot today, so we had to postpone that until next week. So they always say, as long as you don't have a fever and as long as you don't have symptoms, of it happening, you can get a flu shot, but we're going to wait till next week. So yes, we are on the mend. And actually, there were no delays. Everything got done without a hitch. So thank you guys so much for the kind words and the well wishes. It when you don't feel good, it makes you feel good when you know folks care about you. So
yeah,
thank you so much.
And I did see another new name pop in. Luli, welcome.
Hello, Luli.
Thank you for being here and joining us tonight. So before we talk about how the sale is going to work tonight, we do have a couple housekeeping things that we wanted to mention. Jason, do you want to talk about your thing first?
Sure. Let's go in sequential order. Let's absolutely do that.
Okay.
All right, gang. Well, this is going to happen and be hosted over on Instagram. So the Valentinos, I'm sure you might know who the Valentinos are. They are myself, Bill, Garden Guy Bill, John of Everyday Holiday Displays, and Brian of Mid-Century Mister. Man, you don't need any more Jasons on the screen. The four of us make up the Valentinos, okay? So we are collectors at heart. We're also resellers. So we have formed this collectors club. So what better to buy your vintage from? I feel like I should be over here. Who better to buy your vintage from than folks that collect? Because they know what is good stuff. So just because it's going to be collector style stuff, don't think it's collector style prices. But with all that said, this is one of multiple mini sprints. Speed walks, because we're not calling it a marathon, but it's going to be a 7 long hours sale, which will start at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time this Sunday. So come check it out. We have invited 4 of our friends that we know are not only collectors and have showcased their collections, but they're also resellers. So come on over. We have Katie of Vintage Treasure Girl, and you guys please follow these folks over on Instagram. So we have Katie, also known as Vintage Treasure Girl. We have Nate, who's My Vintage is 1976. We have Ashley, who's Paul's Rust. I want to make sure I say it right. It is Paul's Rusty Gold, okay? And then we also have Viv, who Viv even changed her name up from back in the day because a lot of these folks started buying in the live sales years ago before they started selling because they were collectors. But we also have Ron and Viv sell vintage. So come on over and hang out with us. We have a lot of spectacular vintage Christmas in store for you guys. And guess what? We might have another one coming up this year with 4 other guests. And then next year when we do it, it won't all be Christmas. It will be other holidays that we will spotlight and maybe other styles of vintage we will spotlight. So please make sure you're following everybody. Watch for those reels to drop and come hang out with us. Starting at 3:30, it'll be the 4 of us guys, the Valentinos. We're going to be doing a half-hour quick claims. And then at 4 o'clock, one of us Valentinos will drop out. And then one of our guests will take our place. They will get an hour and a half to hang out with the other 3 Valentinos. Then when it's all said and done, we will do a recap of anything that didn't sell and get to things that we couldn't have time to offer. So come over and hang out with us over on Instagram. It's going to be fun. Thank you, Amy.
Oh, you're right. You're welcome. Laura, welcome in.
Hello, Laura.
Just saw Laura pop in there, so might as well say hi, Laura. The other thing that I wanted to mention, and we talked about this a little bit last week, but finally got everything pretty much finalized.
Yes.
More details will be coming, but since we're just a few weeks out, we are going to talk about the Christmas Marathon sale. If you guys were around last year, we had an all-day Christmas marathon here on YouTube, here on my channel with Jason all day, and we rotated in and out. It was a super fun time, so we decided to do it again. And I was waiting to finalize everybody that's going to be in the sale, but here we go. I wanted you guys to know the date and what time that we are starting. There will be more details about what time blocks are going to look like and which sellers are going to be with Jason and I for which time block. We are starting at 1 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, November 9th here on my channel. Jason's co-hosting with me all day long. And then we're going to have 2 sellers joining us for each 2-hour time block. We are still going to take a break in the middle of the afternoon, just so that Jason and I can get a little bit of a break, get some food and water and all that good stuff, and then come back for the second half. Same thing that we did last year. But we have Katie of Vintage and Vinyl joining us, Barb of Winking Owl Antiques, Heather of Antique Agenda, Ariana at the Withering Cottage, Misty Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter, Jamie at Mid-Century Wasted, Pamela Blanchard, and myself and Jason. So it's going to be a super fun day of all vintage, antique, and handmade Christmas here on YouTube. Save the date. We'll have more information coming probably next week, hopefully, that we can get you guys what time blocks are going to be, who's going to be on what time. Okay. So I wanted to mention that tonight so that you can get that in your calendar, because it was so much fun last year. All right. Did anybody else pop in the chat? Yes, they did. I see Lori Baxter popped in there. Hello, Lori. Good to see you tonight. And Miss Patty Rose. Good to see you, lady. So Patty's joined us tonight. All right. So now we just got to talk about how the sale's going to work real quick.
Yes.
And then we will jump into it. Okay. So we are going to do the offer ups like we normally do here on the channel. So that's going to be the auction style. Give you a starting price. I will pin it up here on the screen. If you're interested in bidding on anything tonight, you can type your bids down into the chat, and make sure you're in live chat, all messages, and not top chat. If you're in top chat, some of the comments might be filtered out. So always make sure you're in live chat, all messages. And because of the gnarly lag that we have here on YouTube, you want to make sure you're in the best version of the chat. and tap the upper right-hand corner right above Jason's head. You can find a gear wheel icon. Hit playback speed and hit 2 times. If you are caught in a lag at all, we're going to talk funny until you're caught up from that lag. You can also find it on the computer in the lower right-hand corner for the gear wheel icon. If you do plan to bid on anything, we do recommend that you do that playback speed before you put in any bids. That'll make sure you're at the most current point that you can be during the broadcast. And as often as possible, try and do that. I know we can't get rid of the lag totally, but that is the best tool that we can offer you to help combat it. We will be showing you the item. We'll describe it to you. We'll give you any kind of information that we know about it, an era, a maker, maybe suggest things that you can do with it, and note any issues that it might have live on the screen. So if you do decide to bid on the item, then you know what you are bidding on. Okay, so we will do a 20-second countdown, and the highest bid that we see before the official bid end of the lovely Karen Gillette this evening. And Kim is also here helping out in the chat as well. So if you guys have questions as we're going along, there's lots of folks that are helpful in the chat that can help you out if we can't answer a question for you in the moment. Okay. And if we don't see any bids come in during our talking about the item, and we will still do a 20-second countdown. That's going to be called the countdown of interest. So we won't be doing a recap at the end. So we'll still do a 20-second countdown. That'll be like your last chance to get any bids in there. If we see multiple bids come in there, it will just kind of turn into a regular bid round. Okay. Dusty, no, you can't buy Parmesan. I'm so sorry. He's not for sale. I don't know if you would want him. He's a little Spitfire. Yeah, he is. And I don't know if he would want to stay in a shipping box either. That would be kind of challenging. So we also do something here on my channel called Just in Case. And here's how that works. So during the countdown, as long as you're an active bidder, so you've put in at least one straight bid on the current item, you're welcome to utilize the Just in Case during the countdown only. So the Just in Case is the max amount that you're willing to pay for the item with the letters JIC next to it. So if the current bid is at $20, the countdown is getting ready to start, but you're willing to go up to $50 on the item, you have put in a straight bid, then you can put in a JIC 50 into the chat. And if your Just in Case is the highest before the bid end, we'll bid you up $1 over the next highest amount. But if there's multiple Just in Cases put into the chat, those will turn into regular bids. All right. And if you've never used it before, it's kind of easiest to just see it play out in the chat and see how it works, or you don't have to use it at all. It's totally there, but it's an option to help hopefully give everybody a fair shot because of the lag. All right. If you win an item from us tonight, we do need some information from you. We have our emails up here on the screen right now. You can also find that information down in the description of the video. And I've also pinned it in the top of the chat. And Kim and Karen do a great job. And Ruthie, if she happens to pop in, does put that information in the chat during the sale as well. But if you win something tonight, especially if you're a brand new buyer to us, or maybe it's been a while, it's always good to send that information again. So what we need from you is an email with your YouTube screen name, your real name if it's different, your full shipping address, and an email that we can send your PayPal invoice to. Jason and I only send our invoicing in PayPal. But if you don't have PayPal, that's okay. You can still shop with us. Just send us an email with all that same information and let us know that you want to check out as a guest. That way, when we do our invoicing, we can send you a direct link to your invoice, and then you can check out with any debit, credit, Venmo, Apple Pay, and PayPal. So that pretty much covers all of that. As far as packing and shipping goes, Jason and I both do our shipping through Pirate Ship. So that is a discounted shipping service. And we pass that shipping directly, that shipping savings directly onto you guys, much cheaper than the retail pricing at the post office. So you guys pay the same thing that we do for Pirate Ship, but do keep in mind that postage is additional to any one item tonight. It's not included in the winning price. I ship from Michigan, And both of us ship to US, Canada, and Australia for Philomena. If she does decide to purchase anything, we're happy to ship over there as well. And I will be doing my packing and invoicing tomorrow. So I will send an email out to everybody once your invoices are out there in the interwebs, so you're not wondering where they're at. But you'll definitely see something from me tomorrow. And I'll let Jason talk about his shipping.
All right, gang. I ship out of Pennsylvania, so please keep that in mind wherever you're at in the country or countries or area. It will be coming out of Pennsylvania. Amie covered everything else. I do all of my packaging and invoicing on Saturdays, so you won't receive anything from me until this Saturday. If you don't receive something by Saturday evening or Sunday morning, please reach out. Always reach out to your sellers. Let them know if you don't receive something or something, seems wrong via, like you didn't get your invoice or something. Always reach out to us. I do own a shop here in Central Pennsylvania called MotherTuckersAntiques, so I can offer you free pickup at the brick and mortar. So if you guys are coming to the area or you're local and you purchase and you don't want to pay shipping, just let us know that when you email us your information, and we will not charge you the shipping, and then we will communicate via the emails when and how you want to pick it up at the shop once your invoice is paid. So I think that's it. And Amie, you did remind the folks that the things we sell are vintage, right? Did I black out during that part?
I mean, I probably did too.
I think
so.
You did.
Yes, right. I did mention when we were describing the item that we'll describe any kind of issues it might have because it's vintage. Yeah,
you did. All right. So, everything's done on my end.
I'm pretty sure, because we say the same thing week after week. It kind of, did we say everything that we were supposed to say? Yeah, it happens. Rose, welcome in. Good to see you, Rose. Thank you for being here. I'm not sure I saw anybody else pop in the chat while we were chatting away. I don't think so. I didn't see anybody else pop in there. If I did and I missed you guys, it's nothing intentional. Just thank you guys for being here tonight. So I think we're going to start the sale since it is 8:30, and then we can get through the sale and then stick around. I will mention this real quick in case you guys haven't seen it. For our Fantastic Finds show, so our community share after our live sale tonight, we do have 2 different people that we're sharing tonight. If anybody wants to email us any photos that you'd like us to share here on the big screen with us, anything that you find, anything that maybe you are purchasing and you're incorporating it into a display, maybe you found a piece of Holt Howard at a garage sale for 50 cents, anything goes that you want to send us. Just make sure to give us a brief description of what we are looking at, so we know how to describe your photos when we do share them. So you can email us at ShareMyFindsLive@gmail.com, and I will mention that again probably at the end of the sale. Okay. All right. And I think we're going to do something different, and we're going to have me go first. Right?
Okay. Sounds good to me, Amie.
Okay.
It sets the tone. If I go first, it's bad luck. If I go first, it's bad luck.
But you've never went first, Jason. How do you know that?
I don't know. In other sales, I went first years ago, and I always felt like it was bad luck. So we don't need any bad luck.
All right. So I guess I was trying to figure out what I even want to start with. I've kind of got a mixture of fall things, cats, fall critters. I don't know. I have a weird mixture of stuff like that. Me too. Tonight. All right. My first round's going to start at 14. So I guess we're going to start with these guys. Although these guys could work for fall, but they're not necessarily fall, but they're darn cute. They're little fatty foxes. I love these. And I think maybe I've talked about the fact that vintage fox things aren't super easy to come by. I really don't come across fox figurines or books or really anything very often. But these are salt and pepper shakers. And the blue bow that is on both of them is cold paint. Very minimal wear. Maybe there's just like a little pinpoint scratch in the one bow. I don't really see anything in the other one at all. Debbie, I see you're 14. Thank you so much. These guys are made by Norcrest. They do have Japan stickers, and their numbering starts with an H. That is an easy way if you're out and about looking at ceramics. If you ever come across something that has an H before the numbering, on the bottom. That typically indicates that they are made by Norcrest, because a lot of times the Norcrest foil sticker is not there anymore. And I really like these. They're just kind of rounded little foxes. Let me get caught up in the chat. Hi, Nikki. And really nice condition. There's no chipping to either one of them. They do both have stoppers on the bottom, cork stoppers. This one's the 3-holer, and that one is the 2-holer. And they're just darn cute. That's really all I got to say.
They are.
I like them. And
I like the choice of blue on the bows. I think that's something very different and unique.
The only other shakers that I have seen in this particular style from Norcrest are elephants, but I'm sure that there's other ones, but I've only ever seen, and they're in this kind of round ball shape, the same way as the foxes, but I've never seen any other animals. I'm sure that there are. Foxes and elephants seems like an odd combination. So I don't know. We'll have to see if maybe we'll run across another critter once in a while from this series. But they do measure 2.5 by 2 1/4, and I'm going to count them down, and we're looking for 19 or more. Nikki's got the high bid right now at 18, so we're looking for 19, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
Boy, they are just chubby little foxes.
Have you seen these before, Jason?
No, I've seen Lefton made a version of these chubby little round animals, and I thought for sure this was going to be a Lefton version.
I've seen the Lefton ones too. All right, there is the bid end, the foxy bid end. Thank you, Karen. So just in case is in play there at the end. Rose had a just in case of 25. Debbie had a just in case of 30. But Nikki had a just in case of 42. So Nikki, they are coming to you for 31. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Let me get Jason over here. There we go.
All right, Amy, my first round is going to be $8 choice. $8 choice. And we used to have one of these in our kitchen, and we, I don't know if we still have it. I'll have to see if we still have it. But Tina found these the other week, and I thought these were really kitschy and really fun. So it will be $8 choice on the two of these. They are little hot plates, or they are little trivets, okay? I believe that the graphics were made in the 50s and the 60s. I believe that they are probably from that era, but one of them does have an area code, which I guess could be the 1960s still. But these are really, really fun. There's a little bit of wear, so just $8 choice. The first one that you can choose from is, we will call it meat. So it's a table of meat cookery. So up here in the corner, you have this fun, real kitschy, like Mr. and Mrs. She's cooking some ribs, I think, in that cool 50s oven. I love how at the top there, it's actually an onion that's cut open, and then the C is actually in an onion. So this fun, and this is made of metal. So these are like a tin metal, and they actually have advertisements on the back. And then there is a little hole so they can be hung on the wall. So $8 choice, they measure 7 inches by 7 inches. And these are actually fun to put in the kitchen because it actually tells you how to cook. You can
still use it.
Yeah, it's informative. So for example, this can be, your rolled beef rib roast. If it's 4 pounds, you cook it at 350 for 2.5 hours, so on and so forth. If you have pork loin. So the graphics on this are just really fun. You have the different, poultry animals, very 1950s, $8. And again, this is tin metal. This one might have the worst damage. It has a little scratch right there. And again, these are fun to prop up in your kitchen, or these are fun that you can actually hang these on the wall. And
I would glue some magnets on the back of that, and then you can put it right on the fridge.
You could. And there's a little bit of wear right here, but this is sort of like a thicker cardboard almost. And this one would have been a giveaway from Iron's Food Store in New Holland, Pennsylvania. So that's going to be your first one at $8. And I call these like a lithograph. There's like a lithograph. So this will be your second choice. This is your table of weights and measures. And this is the one that I remember having.
That's really cool.
So, and all these graphics are very 1950s. They have pinks and blues and oranges and yellows. This one doesn't really have many to any scratches on it. And this one gives you what the 3 tables equal one large tablespoon, so on and so forth. And then You can see, look how it has the little food containers. It has a little flour container, the little sugar container. It shows you, look at the great 1950s graphics over here, the salt and the pepper and the little measuring cup. And again, these are nice and large. So they are 7 by 7. And if you have a 1950s kitchen, I think these would look great in there. So, and then this one on the back is Rut Custom Kitchens, or usually around here with the RUTT, it's Rut Custom Kitchen. So that must have been who gave that away. So I'm not sure who manufactured these, but I think these are super fun. And again, I think they would look neat, you know, hung on a wall in a kitchen, or you could actually use them. Just look at that onion on there. So we have 8 with peppermint patty. We're looking for 9 or more, and you can see how glossy they are in the ring light. So they're not, you know, all scratched up. So let's go ahead and do a countdown on these. We are doing just in case for active bidders, and we're looking for $9 each. And when you win, you can take both, or we'll call this one meat, and this one is measures, meat or measures. And also remember, guys, they won't come back in the recap. So if someone's interested, you might want to bid, because if the top bidder just takes one, the other one won't come back. So I do see Beth in at 9. Thank you so much. So we are looking for 10 or more choice on either meat or measures. Counting it down from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. The worst is there's just a little bit, and I think that's in the manufacturing, because that's color on there. I think there's a little scratch there between table and the word of. But other than that, these are in superb vintage condition, and I do feel like these are from the 50s or 60s. So there's our bid end from Karen G. Thank you so much. So Beth had Peppermint Patty had a just in case of 15. Beth had one of 13. So for 14, Peppermint Patty at 14, you get first choice. Let me know if you want meat or measures, And if you, okay, they're both yours. Thank you so much, Peppermint Patty. Thank you so much, Beth, as well. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Those are cool. Those are really cool. I've never seen those before. Those are cool. All right. I switched out an item. So if anybody was here for a antique signature album, I'm bringing it next week, because I have a Halloween thing and I would rather try. This is my last, like, I'm not bringing any Halloween next week. Like, this is it. Yep. I made this and I had this over on Virtual Antique Marketplace, and nobody scooped it up over there. So I thought I would bring it tonight and see if anybody wanted it. It's starting at 18, and it's the whole lot of everything that you're getting, that you're seeing. And of course, you can use all this stuff for other things, but I kind of made it. I had another one of these maybe a month or so ago that it's meant to just kind of hang on the wall. And be like an instant kind of decoration piece. Okay. And I did pop in a picture of what it would look like hanging on the wall. Good. So that's, you know, if it's hanging up, I did tie a knot in the chain of the purse so that it's easier to hang, and it's very easy to take the knot out. It's definitely not permanent in there. But I'm going to show you all the things that you're going to get in the lot. The first thing is antique cabinet card of this awesome lady. I love her collar on her dress. She's got a little heart locket peeking out there. I have added in, yes, Dusty got my other one that I made up. That actually had an antique beaded purse. This one here is more of a 60s style purse. I've added the witchy hat on there just because I thought she said she wanted to be a witchy, so I listened to her. The other thing that you're going to get are these really cool vintage gloves, and they were kind of on the spooky side because they're kind of see-through. I don't think my hand will fit in these. Nope, they won't. But they have this fun little flowery embroidery that kind of goes down. Each of them, good condition on the gloves. Of course, you can use these things for other things as well. And then attached to the purse, you're also getting this. It's not really showing true to color. It's kind of like a grayish color for the marquee cut stone there. Definitely a 60s brooch on that one. And then the purse itself is, I believe this is also a mid-century kind of purse, not as old as the previous one that I had. I don't really see any missing beading or anything on it. You know, there's the backside, and it has just a gold chain on it. There is a little bit of wear to the inside of the purse. So there's a tag here where a manufacturer would be, and there's a little bit of wear maybe to the inside kind of silky lining. All right. But the rest of the purse is pretty good condition. I'll pop everything back in there. So it's all going to come as one instant display lot. And then you can use the purse for a night out on the town when you're not using it for a Halloween display, whatever you want to do. And I see Rose is in at 18. Thank you so much. I did want to give a measurement real quick of the purse. It measures 6.5 by 6 when it is closed, and not including the chain. All right. So it's a nice evening bag size. Let's count it down. We're looking for a fundle. Our new word for a bundle is a fundle. I like that. It's a fundle. It's a Halloween fundle. All right, let's count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
You did a great job with this, Amie.
Thank you.
Looks really good.
Fun to find all the little things, and they all came from different states to put it together. Yep. All right. There is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right. Miss Rose had a just in case of 21, but Robin had a just in case of 23. Hi, Robin. Good to see you tonight. So, Robin, it is yours for 22. Thank you so much. All right, Jason.
All right, Amie. $20, and I'm going to bring my last Halloween thing that I have, because I just found this over the weekend, and I brought it because...
I wondered if you just found that over the weekend.
Yeah, I wish I'd had it just a little sooner, but I think I can get it to you, and you'll have it right before Halloween. Plus, I know folks in our chats and folks in our community love cats, okay? So for $20, I have a huge black cat, Annalie.
Oh, it is cute.
It's from 2011. It has its original tag. It even has its original price tag. It sold originally for $29.99. And on this tag, the name of the cat is Scaredy Cat. So the cat's name is Scaredy Cat. That's all right. Good. It has its original bow. I see you, MJ, at 20. Thank you. I see Rosen at 21. It has its original bow. It even has its original little, now this is made of plastic, but it has its little necklace. It's little like rhinestone here. It's little pendant. Okay. So it has its original little pendant under here. And you can see that it is in orange, very clean. And back here behind the hat, right here, you can see the white tag up here by my thumb. It has its original Annalie tag, and it is from 2011. Okay. So it measures 12 inches tall. No, I'm sorry, it measures 14 inches tall, and it measures 12 inches across. Okay. There are no smells. There are no rips. There are no stains. It does stand on its own. Thank you. I see everybody's bids, and we're in at Rose. Brenda was the first 25. So I see Rose in at 26. Again, it's in very good condition with no rips or tears. There's actual wires in the legs, armature, so you can bend it. But again, it will stand on its own. So it's this cute from 2011, this Scaredy Cat. The tail is this great different style fur. It's not matted, and it actually has armature in it, so you can bend that however you want. And then the hat has all this fantastic glitter that is on it with all those great embellishments, all the little polka dots, all the little witchy little style things on the fun orange witch's cap on the Scaredy Cat. So, and I love the arch in the back, you know, very Scaredy Cat. So this would be good. You can leave it out all year round, or just pop it into your Halloween displays. And one more time, I will show you, it has its original little necklace with the little plastic little gem on there. Hello, Tippy Winks. Good to see you. And again, little kitty cat is called Scaredy Cat from 2011. So let's go ahead and do a countdown. We're looking for 27 or more on the large Annalie 2011. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I see Brenda in at 30. Rose, I see it just in case of 30. Thank you guys so much on this fun kitty cat in very good condition. There's Rose back in with a just in case of 32. MJ has a just in case of 34. Again, you can bend the legs however you want. There's the bid end. So Rose had a just in case of 32. It goes to MJ for 33. Thank you so much, MJ, and congratulations.
Bidding, you guys. Meow, meow. That's really cute.
I love it.
I usually see like the big Santa and the misses, but I don't ever see the big Halloween ones.
No.
So that's cool. What do we want to do? I don't know. Okay, let's do this next. I do have a magazine this evening. It's not a Halloween magazine, but it is antique. Okay, and it does have some wear. All right. It's from July 1916. If you guys saw my Elkhorn video from the weekend, this is going to look familiar to you. It does have some wear. It's got some bending. But it's from 1916. So I've definitely seen these in much worse condition. But I didn't pick it up because of the cover or anything like that necessarily. You guys are already bidding on it, and you haven't even seen the inside. All right, you guys, you got it. I picked it up because of what is marked. I got this from one of my favorite vendors at Elkhorn. I usually buy Kewpie stuff from her, and she had some of these magazines. This one was actually in the best condition out of the three that she had, and she has marked in the center here. I'm going to show you some other things that are in here as well. You saw it in the video. Okay, got it. It's got the Kewpies and their fairy cousin marked here on the center. So usually it's just these pages that I run across that have been ripped out of the magazines, not actually in the magazine. So it is a story about the Kewpies that they are out and about, and then they discover, they come across a family tree. I'm going to try and flip it over here. They come across a family tree, which is pictured down here at the bottom, and they come across a fairy, and then they discover that they are actually related to each other because the Kewpies have little wings just like the fairy does. And the illustration in this is just absolutely amazing. So that is the main reason I picked it up. But there's some other cool stuff in here that I did want to show you real quickly before we count it down. There's a cool section in here. It's from July, so it's got midsummer fashions that are in here as well that I thought were also cool. So different ways that you can style hats and accessories with your summer fashions. Look at that parasol. I love that. But there's also some patterns in here that you could send away for to make some of these fashions yourself. There's some children's fashions in here. This one, practically easily made beach and play frocks for the little girls here. And then practical and inexpensive negligees. Ooh. Oh my, scandalous.
You're up there, cover my eyes, Amy.
There's no nudity in this magazine, I will say. And then toward the back, there's a really cool, like all advertising section. I like the rat biscuit here, the rat poison.
Buddy, you don't want to eat that. You don't want to eat that, buddy.
Biscuit. But there's like a whole section of just advertising. And then there is an advertising for Fairy Soap here in the back and Bonamy Cleanser on the back side. And some powders. I've actually sold one of these tins down here at the bottom. I think this one in the middle for this Menon's tins down here at the bottom. So yes, there's wear to the binding, there's wear to the cover, and I got it for the Kewpie, and there's a whole lot of other cool stuff in there. So I'll leave that up to the new owner to discover. So have fun looking at it. All right, let's count it down. Robin's at 21, so we're looking for 22 or more. 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I've got some cool Christmas Kewpie things that I plan on framing, some for the pop-up and probably one for the November timeframe, if not for the marathon. I definitely will have some Christmas Kewpie things. Okay. Whew, there's some just in cases. All right, there's the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. MJ, your just in case did come in after the bid end. Definitely probably want to refresh there, MJ. Okay. We had Sandra at 30, Robin at 32, MJ at 36, but Aaron Blueberry Barn with a just in case of 42 over MJ is going to take it for 37. Thank you so much.
I think it's her green hair that does it. I think that's
the green hair
the part. Yeah. No, I think
I didn't even notice that till you said something.
Yeah. No, it was really, really deco. $20 again, Amy. $20 again.
You got it.
And speaking of like deco era, this is from the 1930s, and this is a manicure set. Okay. One of the things, part of it ain't quite manicure, but it's all coming together. So I don't think anything's really missing. So for $20, I'll start with the piece that kind of fits if you're going to do a pedicure. So you can see it is gorgeous pink. It's that pink celluloid, which I don't find the pink all that often. Usually it is the yellow. And I have a shoehorn, and all of them have the great detail here of that kind of inlay. Very deco style. It has maybe a little leaf on the top of it, but it's all present. A lot of times, with the ladies' hands or men's hands using these, that wears off. So this is going to be your first piece, and you get a set of 6. So that is your shoehorn. Again, look at that gorgeous marbling, and it is reading true to color. It is pink. So that's lighter pink, and then it's darker pink there on the outside. So let's get into the rest of the manicure set. So I have a fun old vintage set of scissors that come with it. And again, these are pink, and you do not find the pink all that often. It has a little bit of patina to it, as to be expected. I saw before we went live, it does have a name on it. I couldn't read the name. I was hoping it said maybe Germany on it, but I can't make out.
I think it does say Germany.
I could see it a little.
I can see it starts with a G.
That's what I thought so too. So
no, it says something Reliance Genuine.
Okay, so it is genuine, but I did see a G. So it's coming with the scissors. Nonetheless, this is from the 1930s, and there's no damage. A lot of times if this celluloid gets old, it starts to get little spider cracks in it and stuff. So for your 20, you're going to get the full entire set. So here are your first 2 pieces. Patty, I see your 20. Thank you so much. Then you're going to get your little polisher or your little buffer, so you can see in really good condition. This is even great to put out at Halloween, even though it's pink. It does have its original case, and then it has its original little sponge in it. Let's call it the buffer. So that's there. No chips or cracks that I could find. And this one's actually unique because you can kind of see that what I think is pink in some is like a little pale yellow on the outside. So it's actually 3 tones. So it's black, pink with a little bit of that yellow celluloid popping through. So you get that. And then you get the fun 3 little pokers and prodders to go ahead and take care of your cuticles and all those other needs. So they're in good vintage condition. Again, there's no major cracks. There's no major issues. They actually feel very nice in the hand. And when you get these, sterilize these and actually put these back to work, because these work better than the things that you buy today. So there's all 3 of them. Again, they have all of those great details on there. That's not worn off. It's kind of like little scroll work, and then it almost looks like a leaf. So it almost looks like a little leaf there at the top. So there's the second one, and there's your third one. So that's more your little file that you can use for your nails. So I'll show it to you all together here. I'll show you these 3. So you get all 3 of these. So we're looking for 21 or more. So you get all 3 of those. Again, you get the little polisher, buffer. That's good to go. Then you get the fun vintage pair of scissors. Heck, I'm sure at some places they would charge you $20 just for those scissors. And then we'll end with the gorgeous shoehorn. And let's go ahead and do a countdown. Patty's holding it tight at 20. We're looking for 21 or more. Let's do it. We'll count it down from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. We're looking for 21 or more. And again, these fit the hands really nice. So again, I would say sterilize the set and go ahead and use it. Nice set. So there's the bid end, Miss Patty Rose. Congratulations. The set is yours for $20. Thank you so much.
All right. I'm doing these next because they're going to be incredibly hard to show. I don't know why I do this to myself, but I can't resist the chained critters. I can't resist them. So we're going to try my best, and I'm going to have a hand on these. So we're not going to be able to see them full view because there's lots of possibilities for them to want to do things on the board. So I'm going to show these to you and hopefully not move too much. They're coming in pretty focused, and they're starting at $20. And these are a little bit harder to find. I have never run across this set in the wild before. There's actually another colorway of these horses in brown, also wearing the hat. I thought they would be cute for the fall time or any time, really. These are made by Lipper and Man, and it is a spotted horse chained family. Usually the chained families are dogs or cats, rabbits, deer, that sort of thing. But the horses, for whatever reason, are not super easy to come by. Now, I will say condition-wise, there is a little bit of crazing present. There's no major chipping, major repairs. There are a couple little rough spots on a couple hooves. And on top of one of the little babies, there's a little rough spot. But otherwise, they're very, very nice condition. The chains are in really nice condition as well. And packaging for these guys is also going to be slightly challenging. I'm always up for a challenge, though. And I am pretty darn careful at packaging the chained families when I do run across them. Before I highlight bids, I know I'm very behind on the chat. I wanted to make sure that you saw them before I set them down. Measurement for these guys, Mama is 6.5 by 6 1/4, and each of the babies is 3 1/4 by 3. Okay, so hopefully that gives you an idea of size for them. I'm going to put a hand back on and set them back down so I can get caught up on the chat. All right, there we go. That's probably the most difficult chain set I've ever showed, except for the chained snowmen, which were very hard to show. Okay, I see Rose was in, and Miss Carrie's in at 25. Thank you so much. So I am going to count them down so we can keep it moving. We're looking for 26 or more on the chained Lipper and Man horses. And let's do the countdown. I'll bring them back up while we do. No, I won't, because I can't highlight the bids at the same time. All right. Brenda, my hobbyist ghost came packed for war. Yes, it did. Yeah, that's exactly right, Brenda. That's exactly my thought, because I don't know if anybody has one on YouTube or seen videos of UPS and mail delivery people, how they deliver packages. They don't gently set things down.
No.
It's more like a Frisbee situation most of the time, truth be told. So yes, I pack for war. That is absolutely right. All right, let's count these down. We're looking for 26 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
It's true. Patty is freeing one chained family at a time and setting them free. She's anti-chained up family. So
hey, sometimes you gotta let the babies roam free.
I hear you.
Right? Okay. There's the horsey bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right. So Rose had a just in case of 28. But Miss Carrie had a just in case of 30. So Carrie, horses are coming to you for 29. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
All right.
Jason.
$22 choice. $22 choice. Okay. And the last time I tried to show something like this, I think I made it very confusing. So I gave this some thought. So the way I'm going to offer these both to you, they are a set. They both face different ways, okay? The first one I'm going to show you is that when you face yourself and you're looking at it, little kitty cat is on the left side, okay? So the first one that you will see, we'll call it the one that's on the left. The second one will be the cat on the right, okay? Not sure the manufacturer of these, but if you guys know the airbrushing on these style of kitschy figurines, this is really, really good. This is almost spectacular because sometimes when these are not cared for or cleaned really hard, almost all the paint is off. So there is a little bit of wear here to the top of the boot. Other than that, they are in superb condition, okay? So $22, each one measures 5 inches tall, 5 inches wide. So we have little tiger kitty here. They did do some airbrushing, blue on the eyes. You have the little patchwork on the boot, let's say. So they are clean on the inside. That is probably some paint wear, so that's what I'm talking about. If these aren't cared for, they can get all scratched up like that. A lot of times you find this kind of airbrushing on the long neck cats, and if they're not taken care of, a lot of paint can be missing. But these are in very good vintage kitschy condition. So $22 choice, fun for your fall for all, great for all year. And that's probably our worst little scratch there on the back. So cute little tiger cat. Again, they're nice sized. This will be your first choice. And this little guy we're calling Lefty because he'll be sitting on the left side of the boot when they're facing you. Okay. So Amy, any guess on who you think?
Yes, those are Rossini.
Okay, Rossini.
Rossini.
Okay, again, a kitsch manufacturer I'm not familiar with, but I'm not familiar with the name, but I'm familiar with the style.
They made puppy ones in the same boot too.
And I'm not going to say they're rare, but I don't see them that often. So
no,
I think $22 choice. That could be your first one. Hello, John. Good to see you, sir.
Hi, John.
The next one will be the one that faces the right. So it is the same exact little kitty cat friend sitting there. Look how cute he is. Like he's got his little feet poked out in the back. He's just sitting there. I mean, he's dreaming about catnip and all those other fun things. There's the inside on that. Again, they measure 5 by 5, and I just think they're super cute. I think the colors on them, the airbrushing, and the fact that they have this much paint on them is just remarkable. So, I thought at $22, heck, I was willing to pay in to have these because I never find this kind of airbrushing ceramic with.
I don't see those. It's been years since I've seen one of those.
With this good. And I know that our cat lovers, if they love these kind of cats, they're going to love these. Look at the eyelashes and look at the way they airbrush the blue. Deanna, thank you so much. I see you're 22. We're looking for 23 or more. They are little tiger cats. I want you guys to see those details up there. So there is a little bit of paint wear to the top of the boot. This one is the right one. So this guy will be facing the right when he is, you have him. A little bit of wear to the top, but overall, they got a little sloppy at the factory with a few runs, but in really, really good condition. So this will be your right one. This will be your left one. And again, you have a set. You can do so many different things with them. You can pose them that way. You can pose them that way, whatever.
They would be super cute. Like they're not Christmassy, but they would be really cute, like with candy canes.
Yeah, that's a good point, Amy. And I do love, speaking of Christmas, the red, the coal paint's in remarkable condition, the little patchwork. They're just super cute. And they kind of have like a Halloween fall kind of feel to them. So I thought they would be perfect. So Nicole, I see you're 22, but we're looking for 23 or more. I think we already had a bit of 22, right, Amy?
Yeah, it was in at 22.
So Nicole, we're just looking for 23. So let's go ahead and do a countdown. And again, before we do the countdown, this is the one that's facing your left. So he'll be on your left-hand side. So that one is the left one, okay? This one is your right one. That's when they are facing you, okay? So let's go ahead and do it. 23 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pardon me, bid end. I think the thought was that I'm a balanced person. I need a set. So I can't let one behind. Even if I don't use them both, it's nice knowing I have them both. So when I want to put them on the mantle, I have both of them. So again, when this little guy's facing you, this is your left, this is your right. All right, there's our bid end. So Nicole, all right, I think I know what you were doing there. You get choice at $23. Choice at $23. Did you want both of them? And again, this is your left one. So that one's going to be on the left side. This one's going to be on the right side. And again, they're both in equally good condition. And they're just kitschy. Gosh, those cats. I love these.
They're
So
cute.
again, Nikki, you get first choice at 23. Trying to just wait to see. I think we're in a heck of a lag. So both, please. Okay. All right. You got it. Congratulations. Thank you so much. I missed that. I missed that in the chat. Thank you so much.
That'll be a cute gift, Nikki.
Really good.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
I have some pretty good kitsch for the next round. Actually, I have some pretty good kitsch coming the next couple rounds for sure. But this one is what we're going to start with for the next round. It's going to start at 36. It's been years since I have found one of these. Actually, the last one I found of these was a black cat, and it was when I used to sell full-time over on Instagram. So some years it's been since I have come across one of these Arnart, A-R-N-A-R-T, Arnart, and kitschy bow tie, rhinestone eye doggy on the chair. It would have once upon a time had a blue and silver Arnart sticker there on the bottom. It's no longer there. And one of the little felt pads on the chair obviously is not there anymore, but I didn't put those on there. That was the original owner who put that on there. Miss Debbie, I see you at 36. Thank you so much. This is an excellent shape. It is 100% cold paint on this guy. The only thing that is not is the white ceramic. So the gold, the red, and the puppy dog itself is airbrushed all the way around and sitting in the fancy little armchair there. They also did larger chair figurines of these with much larger critters on them. I've only ever found one of those. And it was a $200 chair. So it was quite a long time ago that I found that one. But he's stinking cute. I'm not sure if he's supposed to be a French bulldog or a boxer or what kind of dog he's supposed to be, but whatever he is, he's darn cute. Measurement for him, he is 4 inches tall and about 2.5 inches wide. The other size figurines would be like around 6 inches tall in the bigger chairs. But really, I don't see those. I really don't see those. And I definitely don't see these guys either. There's a black cat one of this, and there's a deer. There's a deer one that's sitting on the chair like this. Oh, they're all so cute. All right. It is a boxer. Okay. You got it, Debbie. Whatever dog breed that you know your dog's better than me. I certainly don't. It's kind of up for interpretation sometimes with the kitschy figurines. It's a bedazzled teddy. Okay. I can see that. All right. Let's count it down. Miss Debbie's in at 36. So we're looking for 37 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
Gosh, he's going to look good with all those different rhinestone shakers, even that the other companies made. Like, I love those rhinestones.
And I know Arnart made a chain family of these themed dogs too, gotcha. bigger ones. Oh gosh, there's so many chained critters. All right, there's the bid end from Karen. Debbie, he's coming to you. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy, bear with me. Before I give the price to start, there are some condition issues, okay? So before I show the price, before I tell the price, let me show you the condition issues very quickly, and then we'll jump into it. Hello, Sharon. How are you, Miss Freddie Finds?
Hey, Sharon.
So these are a really hard set of bird shakers to get your hands on, okay? A set just like this in perfect condition just sold for $125. So these do have a condition issue. The tail on this one has been repaired, okay? But honestly, when you look at it from the front, because of where the tail feather is, you can see it, but it isn't noticeable. Like, that's not going to like grab you right away. You can see there is a little bit of paint wear here to the top of the head. So we have a little bit of paint wear, which is going to be hard to match if you want to. So I want to make sure, oh, that's right. He has a little speck of paint right here. Okay, so that's it with him. This other one, no damage, but you can tell somebody touched the eyes up, okay? So there's a little bit of black that's a little glossier that I think, and I'm nitpicking. I think it's a little glossier than maybe original, okay? But you have to really have it under the light to see it. So this one is in perfect condition. So the set's going to start at $30. $30 if anybody is interested. So $30, this could be your introductory set. This could be the set that you tuck in with the others. And when you find a set that isn't damaged, I'm sure you could get more than $30 for these and use that money towards your next set. So Nicole, I see you in at 30. They measure 4 inches tall by 3 inches wide. So again, they are in very good condition. Their cold paint on their bows is remarkable. On these, it's not that high of a glaze. I don't even know what green you want to call this. It's almost like a milky mint kind of green on them. So, Rose, I see you back in at 31. There is the other side. It has its cork stopper, and it is stamped Japan. So, again, you can see where the tail was repaired. Measurements, again, 4 inches. Yeah, sort of like a seafoam. You're right, Miss Widow. Well, no, I don't want to say seafoam. They're definitely more on a, they might be reading seafoam on your screen, but they're going to be more of a, they're not like a chartreuse.
They're definitely brighter green in like person.
They are. They're like a milky green. Kind of if you took green paint and you mixed it with some white paint, you would get this color. I know that's not necessarily, well, maybe a mint, John. Yeah, I would go more of a mint probably, but a seafoam probably not, because a seafoam would probably have a little more blue in it. These definitely are more like a mint.
I think it's closer to like a jadeite.
Yes, Amy. It would be a mix between a mint, no, not a lime, more like a mint to a jadeite, somewhere heading into that realm of the greens. But nonetheless, these are fun. These are great. You know, they're going to look great with your other like Arnart little red bow tie shakers. And again, there's no issues to the beak. Look at those chubby cheeks. Look at those little chubby cheeks on there. And honestly, to get them at that price, you know, me being a salt and pepper shaker collector, I'm kind of all right having the damage because you're not paying, you know, what perfect ones are going for. And these don't come around that often. So you can't kind of be too picky when it comes to these because you're just not going to find them. You're just not going to find them. So, Robin, I see you're 32, but Nicole was the first one in at 32, right? Yeah, Nicole was the first 32. So, Robin, we're looking for 33 or more. And again, I'm nitpicking. This one has no damage, and then we'll do a countdown, but this one has no damage. I feel like underneath the bright light, the eyes look a little glossier. So I feel like they touched the eyes up. So there's no damage on him whatsoever. This little guy has a paint fleck on the top of his head, okay? He has another little paint fleck here on the side, and then his tail has been repaired, okay? But from the top, which is what you're going to mainly see because you're facing them to you, I don't think looks too bad, okay? So Robin's in at 33. We're looking for 34 or more. Let's go ahead and count these little guys down. You can use it just in case if you're an active bidder. So 34 or more, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I see you're just in case, Rose. Thank you so much. And again, little condition issues, but doggone it, these do not come around that often. These are fun. These are These are good. So I see Nicole's just in case. I see Robin's just in case. I see Nicole back with a straight bid right before Karen's bid end. Whew. So Nicole, they're coming to you for $60. Thank you so much, friend. Congratulations, and thank you all for the bids. They're fun.
Hi, Brad. Welcome in. Good to see you. And who else just popped in here? Kim Curley, welcome. And Trina, good to see you all tonight. Thank you for being here. All right. These guys are not easy to find. I've only ever had one other one of these. Mama Pam's actually had the larger size one that we've taken to our antique show. But this is the little one. This is made by Knickerbocker. And he does have his original little tag here. And he's part of the Pouting Animals line. And it does say Knickerbocker here on the other side. He does date to the 50s. He's really nice condition. Really the only thing, I have added that bow to him, but you can totally take that off there. He does not have floppy neck. He's like, the stuffing's really nice in him. He's in really, really nice condition for his age. And don't be sad, little buddy. So there's a whole series of these guys. There's cats, there's bears, and there's babies that are all have this kind of sad pouting face, which is why they called them the Pouting Animals. But they did make this bear in 3 different sizes. So this is 10 inches. I think the next size up is 15. And then there's a much, much larger one as well. And those ones, the bigger they get, seems to be the worse for the wear that they tend to be when I do see them. Mama Pam's was in very poor condition when she found it last year at the Toledo Doll and Bear Show, which we're going to this weekend. And she gave it a spa day and restuffed it and made him look much better. This guy didn't need really anything. They did make this in a couple different colorways for the tummy. As far as the stripes go, this is the brown and white stripe. They did a multicolored one, and I believe red stripes for this guy. But he's really, really nice. Okay, let me get caught up on the chat. Right now, I see a tie of Carrie and Brenda, both at 50. And Carrie's got the first one in there. So we're looking for 51 or more. And measurement for him, again, he does measure 10 inches by about 7.5, kind of at his widest feet point. His fur is really nice and soft as well. I didn't notice any holes or anything like that with him. He's just, I don't know, he's pretty good shape. So let's count him down. Carrie's back in at 55. So we're looking for 56 or more. Does he have a name? Dusty, he's just like Pouty Bear. I've always heard him just be called Pouty Bear. But you can name him whatever that you want.
Butterbits. He goes by
Butterbits. No, that name's already taken, Jason.
He's the early.
Butterbits, Jason. I can't be Butterbits. He's sad that you even mentioned that.
He's Honeybits. He's Honeybits.
Okay, let's count him down.
Honeybits.
We're looking for 56 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
And then Bill had to go rat me out the other night on the live trying to explain to people that I ate the Butterbits and I only licked the Butterbits.
Well, I was just gonna ask John if he was still here, if he has done anything with those Butterbits.
Oh, did you send them to him? Did he finally get okay?
Sure.
You did send
so
them
he could use them in his displays. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
After you tasted them.
Did he taste them?
Huh?
Did he taste them? I don't think John would have tasted them.
I still have the bag. Okay, guys.
I don't think John would have tasted them.
Okay.
I licked it. I didn't eat it.
They smelled weird. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, there's the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right. So just in case is in play there at the end, Robin, your 81 did come in after the bid end. So Debbie was at 70. Robin was at 77. But Carrie came in there with a just in case of 80. So Carrie, Pouty Bear is coming to you for 78. Congratulations. Thank you so much. And if you guys weren't around, we met up in Pittsburgh last year. And on the way, Mama Pam and I stopped at an antique mall, and I found a Mrs. Leland's candy tin that was all completely sealed, never been opened, from 1957, I think is what it was. And we opened it up when we were all together, and they were all still in there, and Jason tasted one.
So. And it tasted still, I mean, flavor
nothing happened, but he did taste it.
No. All right, Amie, $10 choice. $10 choice. And I have some really, really good postcards here, guys. These are really, really collectible and sought after. It will be choice. One of them is actually technically unused, okay? So they are from 1907. They are from the Tuck and Sons Publishing Company. And these are technically Valentine's Day. I do, John. These are technically Valentine's Day, but they can be all year round. So let's get down to it and show them to you, okay? They are from 1907. They are in good vintage condition. If you love anthropomorphic things, you're going to love these cards. And trust me when I tell you, if you're an ephemera collector, these don't come around that often. And if they do, they're very collectible because they did a big series of them. I don't know how many, but there's probably 20, maybe 10 or 15, somewhere between 10 and 20.
There's a good amount of those, yeah.
There is. So you can collect the whole entire series. So thank you so much, Aaron. I see your 10. So this one, someone did was write an R&H on the back. So there is your Tux postcard, quality postcards. Oh, and it is by the artist E. Curtis. So it is the illustrator E. Curtis. And these are from 1907. So this one is You Are the of My Eye. So you are the apple of my eye. So you have this very dapper apple dressed all up in his little suit and bow tie there. So in very good condition. There's a little bit of wear to the corners, but overall super good condition. And then you can see down there is, of course, the copyright from 1907, Tucks and Sons Publications. Okay. So that's going to be your first one. And that one we're going to call Apple. Okay. So MJ, I see you're 11. The next one, this one was used. So this one was used and it's postmarked 1908. And this one is, we would make a happy pair. And there you have it. So you have this fun little pair wearing like the little sailor. I always call that
zucchini. Or am I just seeing things? It looks like a slice of zucchini. That's what my brain is seeing.
It actually looks like a piece of cucumber, I think. I think the pair is a vegetarian and enjoys cucumbers, long walks in the field.
I mean, it could be a sliced zucchini. That's
hanging, likes to hang on trees, likes to be picked. But again, anthropomorphic, you can't get much better than that. In a
sailor suit.
In the sailor suit. This one, I think, is one. I like them all, but this one, I think, is my favorite. So, and you can see this one does have a little discoloration, but this one is, your unkindness makes me melancholy. Honest to Pete. So
that's good.
And this one actually does have a whole little letter on the back. But is that Betty? Hello, Betty. We arrived safely yesterday. I see Claire has been telling you
fish stories.
Fish stories?
That's what I see.
Isn't this fine? Wait. Isn't
this fine weather?
We're a little frost here this morning. So Mabel. They're spelling the T in that one. They're telling fish stories in that one. So this poor watermelon is so sad and just totally crying. So this will be your third one. So this one we're calling melon, pear, and apple. Okay, guys? So you can take a variation. You can take them all. And again, if you take all three, this would be a very good start to your anthropomorphic collection. And actually, they consider these to be like Valentine's Day cards. They're not like hardcore Valentine's Day, but if you are in the ephemera postcard collector realm, these fall into the Valentine's Day cards. So love cards, Valentine's Day. So Patty's in at 13. We're looking for 14 or more. Let's count it down. Melon, pear, or apple. 14 or more, 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Aaron, thank you. I see you're 14. Looking for 15 or more. Again, the apple is technically unused. although somebody put RH on it. The other two have been sent, and that third one has a postmark of 1912. So 1912. So there is the bid end. Thank you, Karen G. So $15, Robin. You get first choice, Robin, at 15. Let me know, did you want melon, which is used and does have a post date of 1912. We have pear, post date of 1908, unused, and this one is apple. And again, if you start with these, you can collect the other fruits and vegetables in this series, and they're really, really fun, and they just get better the more you find. So, man, we got a gnarly lag here. So you want the apple and the pear, please. Okay, so those are yours. So next up is Aaron. So Aaron, did you want melancholy boy? I'm on melancholy, Amy. So I can use the chat. So Aaron, let me know if you wanted the melon one, and Patty, you bid when I showed this one, so maybe you had your heart set on that. Patty, you could have melon for 13, and I can go through the chat, Amy, but I'm just waiting to hear from you, Aaron. Did you want pass? You wanted the group? Okay. So Miss Patty Rose, did you want melancholy boy? And remember, guys, we aren't doing a recap. So if they're not claimed, he will come to another sale or go to Mother Tucker. Okay, yep. Patty. I knew that's what she wanted. I felt it. That one's funny. All right, Patty.
He was my favorite too, Patty. He was my favorite. Okay. I have some shakers up next, and these are some special kitty shakers. I've never found these out in the wild before. Now, I will say a couple weeks ago, or maybe the past few weeks, I've talked about this epic shaker collection that with over 14,000 salt and pepper shakers that this lady had, and this came from that lady's collection. She had really, really good taste in shakers, and I have already picked out some Christmas ones that will be coming as well to some upcoming sales, and I probably will go back and get some more. But these are some not super tall, but these are referred to as long neck or tall boy shakers. There are some much taller shakers than these guys, but these are kitschiest, cute little meow meow little kitties. And they do have rhinestones in their eyes. And these are, so they have some glaze pops. So sometimes when these came out of the molding and when they were fired, air bubbles would get trapped. So both of them have some spots of this. You can run your finger over it and it kind of feels like a bump. And that is what a glaze pop typically looks like. And sometimes you can see a little bit of the white ceramic poking out. That's not too bad on these, but they do have both of them do have some spots where you can see there's another spot here. There's one on the bow. There's one up on the head of this one. And they're like not big areas, but you can, if you run your finger over it, you can kind of feel like a little bump, and that is where air bubbles kind of got trapped in the glaze before it was fired. And then when it was fired, that's when the bubbles popped, and that's just kind of part of their glaze. There's not really any other condition issues. Maybe there's a teeny little pinpoint flea bite on that ear. They are from Victoria's Ceramics. I've never come across this particular set before in the wild. And they do have cork stoppers. She numbered all of her shakers with some sort of numbering system on the bottom. Some of them had little stickers as well. These have the numbering on both of the shakers. They do have the foil stickers present. Measurement for them, they are 6.5 inches tall by about 2 inches wide. And then they have little collars, little bows and different colors, and then the little tags that say salt and pepper. I think those are super cute. I had to get those. I can't resist a good set of cat shakers. And those, as far as I can tell, sometimes I can tell if the rhinestones have been replaced. As far as I can tell, those are the originals that would have been in there. All right, so let's get caught up. I see Rose. I have those, but the rhinestones are green. Interesting, Wanda.
That would be fun.
Interesting. Okay, so Rose is in at 37, so we're looking for 38 or more. I've only ever seen one other set of these, somebody on Instagram had them. I don't recall what color eyes that they had. Maybe they did them with different colored eyes for the cats, you know, in several different series.
Right.
All right, let's count them down. We're looking for 38 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Meow, meow, bid end.
God, I love these, Amy. We love long boy shakers, and I've never seen these before. These are fantastic. And I love the way they have the salt and pepper, the little
tags.
Yeah.
I do too. Okay, there is the bid end from Karen. Lorianne, your 44 unfortunately came in after the bid end. So Rose had a just in case of 40, but Aaron did have a just in case of 43. So Aaron, these are coming to you for 41. Congratulations. Thank you so much. All right.
All right, Amy, $22. $22, and I'm going to call this, I saw this sell. There's a series, small series of them. It was a year or two ago. Do you think I wrote down the information? No. But I do know that this is kind of a harder piece of kitsch to find. They did a small series. I am going to go out on a limb and say that I think it was Enesco. I think it was Enesco that made this series.
I concur.
They did like a little hippie series. So you have Lounging Bunny here. He is in his quintessential 60s, early 70s upper neck sweater or shirt. He has his bell bottoms on, and he has his 1960s Beatles style sunglasses on. So I think they did at least 3 that I remember. This fella who's lounging. They have one that was standing, and I feel like they did one that had some sort of a telephone with it. So this one is starting at 20. He is at 22. Amy was right, and I said 22. He is in superb condition. Okay, so he has these fun. If you're into collecting bunnies, or if you guys collect the telephone people, or you guys collect some of the twisting figurines or the musical ones, this one kind of fits in with it. Also would be great at Easter if you love a good hippie bunny. So you can see that that was the era of these like composition ceramics where they kind of antique them a little. So you can see some of the antiquing in by his ears. You can see that the sweater is purple. He has his denim style bell bottoms, no chips or cracks. And then down here on the bottom, he does have his original made in Japan sticker. So he does measure. I can't even find any of these right now listed on any platforms. He measures 5.5 inches wide by 3 inches tall. So again, I'm calling him the Japan hippie bunny figure. So he is really, really fun. And again, 22, I think when I found these a year or two ago, I mean, I think he alone was $80 some. So again, this is ultimate kitsch. You have to be into this kind of thing to get it and to appreciate it. So there is one of his little bunny paws down there. You can see that the black there is part of the belt that does wrap around here. As you can see, he's in very good vintage condition. And again, this would be a great piece to add to your 60s smiley. Thank you, Heather. I think he's beautiful too. Any of your 60s hippie kind of motif, he would be really fun to add to that. So, and again, he is super unique. The way the paint strokes are, there are no chips, there are no cracks. And I wish I had more information. I wish I would have wrote down more about him because I think it would help you guys understand him a little bit more. But if you guys collect bunnies or you guys collect kitsch, I think this guy, I think he's a really hard one to find. I don't find these.
I've never even laid eyes on one of these out in the wild before. And really the only other thing that I can say is like the series of these they were popular around the same time as Margaret Keane and the Sad Eye Kids. And you have something like that tonight too, don't you?
I do. I have the 2 Sad Eye Kids. I have an original poster
and
from
the teen figurines. Like they were all kind of really popular.
And again, I know a lot of folks in our community value this and really seek these pieces of kitsch or mid-century collectibles out So I figured this would be the right place to offer it. So $22, we'll do a countdown of interest. Remember, guys, he won't be coming back. So it is $22 if anybody's interested. And if he doesn't sell tonight, I do have another person that I'll probably reach out to. So $22, let's do a countdown of interest from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Doesn't look like anyone's interested. That's okay. But I'm telling you, he's going to be a hard piece of kitsch to find. I wish I knew a little more details on it. Gavin, I don't know that he was a cartoon. I don't know that he does, but I don't know that he was a cartoon. But he could be. He does look like the Tricks Bunny. You're right. Thank you, guys, for letting me show you. All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, he reminds me of something, too, and I can't.
Yeah, I can't.
Like, what exactly? Okay, I have a little, I guess I'll put a lot in there. So you're going to get everything in this lot that I'm going to show you. So first off, we have a Flemish box. And it has kind of, so this is early 1900s, usually 1920s or so, that these were typically produced. That has kind of a flower motif, wood burned in the top, and that's Flemish art. And this one actually has the Flemish art company marking stamp, which I typically don't see on this piece on the back. It did have like some sort of original price tag back here on the back. I did really, usually these have some sort of Christmas motif, or they say something for ties or hankies, something like that on there. But I really liked this one. It was a little worn and I didn't mind that so much. It has a really interesting clasp on it, and I will show you, before I show you the details of the box, I'll show you what else you're getting. So what was poking out, hello buttermilk and cream, was another beautiful fall leaves hanky. I really liked the brown in this one, and that's why I decided to pair it with the box. All right. And let me open it up. The hanky's in really nice condition as well. Again, I like to use these as doilies, or, you know, to do a display on top of or stick inside something else. It's got yellow and white polka dots in the center, but then the pretty brown leaves that go all the way around. So you're going to get the hanky. And then what else is this? I also found this, which I thought was cool. It's a little wooden leaf carved lacquered brooch. So it's just a simple like maple leaf, which I thought was perfect for the season that we're at right now. And on the back, I'll take it off the clip, it has just a simple C clasp, where you just kind of push the pin down and up, so it catches on the little C clasp there. So it's not a safety clasp brooch. Not really sure the age on that necessarily, or if it's a handmade piece. But I thought that the three looked cute together. So I'm going to go back to the box for a second, and I'm going to show you the clasp on it, because I've never come across, I have sold several Flemish boxes, but I've never come across one with this kind of a clasp. So it has this little, it kind of slides over, and then you kind of tuck it down in. It's also kind of a C clasp here on the front, where you have to kind of push it down and push it to the side to get the clasp off. But it also has some designs that were burned on the sides of the box. The hinges are in really nice condition as well. Again, early 1920s on the box. And there's the inside. They even took the time to wood burn a little bit of a detail on the inside of the box. So you're going to get the box, the hanky with the fall leaves, and the little leaf brooch all together in one. And we're going to do a countdown of interest on the lot. We're looking for $18, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Thank you, Diane. Good to see you tonight, Diane. Okay. Stick that all back together. And I had it in my display. I had it as a little riser. I had some little owls up there, which will be coming a little bit later. All right, there is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. Miss Gutierrez, it is coming to you. Thank you so much, Debbie. All right, Jason.
$20, Amy, and I have a antique. Is it antique? Well, it's almost antique. It's almost an antique book. And I thought I would bring it because we're getting close to Christmas, and I definitely think of Sugar Plum Fairies.
That's a cute book.
Heading into Christmas time. So I thought this would be period kind of correct. This is a fun book. It also has other verses in it. The one condition, but yet selling point is it does have its original dust jacket, but it is in sad shape, okay? But rest assured that the book itself is in great vintage condition. So the book is from 1930. Let me slowly take the cover off so you guys can see the front of the book. Again, the cover of it is in very good condition. There's a little wear down there, but because the dust jacket was on it. So the book is from 1930. I'll show you some of the fun graphics on the inside. The illustrator is Eugene Fields, and this is Sal Field Publishing. Again, it does have other stories on the inside. So I'm going to try to hold it and show you there's no issues to the spine. The book measures 9 3/4 by 12, 9 3/4 by 12. So if this were me, I would take the dust jacket off, and then I would display this at Christmas, put it in my Christmas display. So here you have all the fun little candies, those fun children, very 1930s, the graphics. Let's show you the inside.
I'm going to be right back.
All right, Amy, $20 if anybody's interested, and I'll quickly leaf through here and show you some. So here is the sugar plum tree, and it starts out, have you ever heard of the sugar plum tree? 'Tis a marvel of great renown. And then there is the rest of it for you guys to see. So look at those gorgeous graphics in there, again, from the 1930s. All the illustrations are in black and white. I think one of my favorite is, let's get in on that bird. Look at that bird. I'd like to think that bird has a little candy cane that he's using as his little dance stick. So he's just dancing away. And again, there is your the sugar plum tree, okay? So that's one of the first ones. I lied. There are some color illustrations. Boy, I've had a day. So here you see some more. The fruit that it bears is so wondrous and sweet. There are the children right here. And then again, there is your color page. Look at those gorgeous graphics. So typical 1930s. Look, you have the little dog right there. So again, this one is the story of the sugar plum tree, and then some other ones. So I will show you some of the other ones, although I will let the new owner enjoy it themselves. So let me show you. There is the remainder of it. There is the illustration there on the inside that also goes with the front cover. Remember, the dust jacket is in poor condition. So, and the chocolate cats, it's a fun story if you guys have not read it before. So now we have some of the other verses. We have Fiddle Dee Dee. So Fiddle Dee Dee right there. And then over here is part of that. Look at the bird singing. Again, this is a wonderful book from 1930 in very good condition. The worst condition issue will be on this one page. Again, remember, some of the stories and some of the actions in this are from a different time. So you have the boy there. He has his little cap gun or his little cork gun there. That illustration. Look at the face on that. Look at the face in the illustrations on here.
The Halloween magazines that I've had a couple of with the witches on the cover. She's the same illustrator.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's where I had seen that name before. So the worst was a little bit of wear right here on that page. But here we have the naughty doll, which I think that's like, look at the naughty doll. You want to talk about a fun story at Halloween. We'll see. My doll is a dreamful care. Her name is Miss. I don't even know what the whole story is, but she is one mad little doll. Look at that over there. So that's a little girl with her angry little doll. Just a fun book. Again, 1930s. If you guys collect the books, I mean, I had never seen this one before. I'm trying to think here. Let me see what else. Okay, so this still continues. So then you have the girl with her. Look how angry that little doll is. Boy, that's almost like a horror story in and of itself for Halloween. You know what I mean? So we'll skip that. Let me see what else is in here. My main thing was bringing this so close to, this is what I want to show you, so close to Christmas time, especially with like the Sugar Plum Fairies. I don't understand where this story, maybe it's just 2 stories. Bear with me. I don't see any bids. Here it is. It is the duel. Okay, so it is the duel, and it is between a cat and a dog. That's what I wanted to show you. So you have the gingham dog and the calico cat, and the graphics on this one are phenomenal. It definitely shows a lot of anthropomorphic things. Like, look, you can see the man in the dish back here.
Yeah.
If you guys are into those 1930s style stories. And then it still continues in the back here. And where else? I thought there was a moon. I feel like there was a moon in that one. Yes, here we go. Winking, blinking, and nod. That's what I've been looking for. So it's getting a little washed out, but let me get up here close. You guys can actually see they gave the moon a face. So again, a lot of fun, different stories in here from 1930. Again, it's in very good condition. No little one wrote in it or, caused any issues to it. And I would say on top of the original one, the Sugar Plum Tree, I think there was about 4 others. I think there was about 4 other stories in there. So again, 1930. Let's go ahead and do a countdown of interest. I'm not seeing anyone. That's okay. This, again, please don't use the dust jacket as part of you judging the book. The book itself, let's actually just pull this back, is in very good vintage condition. Look how vibrant that is. And it's the dust jacket that saved it. So $20 if anybody's interested. We'll do a countdown of interest. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And a bid end. And I see MJ in at 20. Thank you so much, MJ. Again, a super fun book. At least that is still there. I would take it off and not display it with that. So Wings, I see in at 21. So we're looking for 22 or more. The book is from 1930 in very good condition. So there's the bid end. So Wings, congratulations, friend. It's been a while. I'll be happy to send you some happy mail. Thank you so much, guys.
Congratulations. Okay, I did talk about little owl family, so I'm going to do those next.
Gotcha.
Okay. And they're going to start at 16. And these aren't like totally miniature. They are bone china, okay? But like this is, I would consider like miniature size. The other ones are a little bit larger figurines, so I guess I wouldn't consider them all miniature, but they're definitely on the smaller side. And these guys are made by Bradley, Japan, and they are bone china. At one point, they're usually glued down to something when they were sold, either a cardboard. Sometimes they were glued to like a little glass plate or a mirror when they were sold originally. But I had never found these guys in the wild before, and I just really like them. They're stylized super different. Not the typical owl pose that we usually see. It's usually something simple like this with their wings tucked behind, but I like that these two are kind of interactive where they have their kind of wings out, like they're having a conversation about something, maybe what they're going to have for dinner. I don't know. I once bought an old wooden box from Jeffrey at Real Nifty Vintage. The latch had a trick to open too, so I had to go back and watch to see how to open it. Oh, interesting, Debbie.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll have to show you a picture. It's really not that complicated how to open it, Debbie. It's just kind of, you have to push in and kind of slide over. That's really kind of it. But there's no like notable issues with these guys. I didn't even really see any crazing or anything, but they are very highly detailed. The mama owl here measures 2.5 by 2. And the next one over, so this one that kind of has his feet kicked out, like he's sitting on the ground. I really like him. He is 1 3/4 by 1.5, and then the smallest one is 1.5 by 3/4. So it's a family of 3, and Bradley did lots of like bone china miniatures, but I'm not sure that I've ever seen like a larger kind of family like this.
These are good.
In the wild from them before. So I don't know what other style of critters that they made, but there's no repairs, no little chipping to them either. This one does have like a remnant of the sticker. There's a little bit of silver still left there, and I did leave that there, but all 3 of them have a little remnant on their feet, what they were originally attached to when they were sold. So all 3 of them have that on there. You can kind of take some pliers and chip that away. If it doesn't really affect how they display or anything like that. But that is on there, and they have little pops of pink on their beaks and on their feet, which I think is really interesting.
Plus, Amie, I love how he has his wing curved like that.
His little wing is like curved around, and then this one also kind of has that going on. I just thought that they were really different little
very
owls.
Animated.
Yeah,
different. They are something you don't see.
Well, let's do a countdown on these guys. We are looking for $16 on the Hooties. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hootie hoo. Bid end.
These are fun.
Carrie, I see you're 16. Thank you so much. You could add tiny little chains on these, and then they could be chained.
You could.
Chained critters. All right. There's the Hootie bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. Carrie, these are coming to you. Thank you so much.
Now, Patty doesn't agree with that philosophy, Amie. But
well, I know. Patty doesn't believe in chained critters.
No. All right. Amie, $40. $40. And I learned a few things about Miss Priss with this little one here. Okay. Meow, meow. So there is a few issues before we get into it. So $40. It looks like there is a little chippity doodah down there on the bottom of the rim. Okay. When it displays from the front, you can sort of see a little bit of it, but I don't really think it's all that bad. Okay. On the little chops, let's call it the little chops, there's always little chips and nips. There's a teeny, teeny, teeny little tiny, probably right here above my finger, about the size of a pen tip on there, okay? And I think I saw a little glaze pop here on the rim. So you can see right here, a little glaze pop right there, okay? Now, left and made Miss Priss for a while, okay? Apparently, in my research, and I did know that the first couple runs of Miss Priss, it's more a very pastel blue. It's more of a powdery blue. And then with each generation of Miss Priss, it gets more towards like a periwinkle blue, I would say. You can see that it is a darker blue by the last run. They actually have a couple different versions of this. They made the mug where it had all the little lattice or lace work with the flowers and the little flowers. This is not worn off. I should have wrote down the other stock number. This code number on the bottom, the 3553, it is a mug, Wanda. So this is
it's the child's
yes,
mug.
The child's mug. And this is the earlier one with the 553 on it, which did not have any of those details on it. You can find variations of it on WorthPoint. You can find variations. I didn't check a price book. I mean, like a Lefton book, but if you do research, so they have two variations. They have this one right here, which she just has her little flower there. So there's nothing missing, like no details. And then they have the other ones that they made that have like a ton of like little.
It's got the texturing on the hat.
Yes, and little flowers all over. So it is the mug, and $40 for a Miss Priss mug with no major chips or cracks is a remarkable price. Okay, so there you can see right. I mean, some of these that sometimes go for over $110, depending on the circumstances in which they're being offered. So this one is in very good condition, no major chips or cracks, as I showed earlier. Here in the front, there is a chip on the bottom, but it does not really show too much from the front. Here on the little chop over here, there is a teeny, teeny, tiny little white nip. And then up here around the rim, There you can see it's a little dark. Inside is super clean. It measures about 4 inches tall by 4.5 inches wide. Yes, that's the deep. Thank you, Amy.
All right, I had to go grab a Miss Pris piece to show the difference.
So in other versions, later versions, they gave that same detail all the way around here, ran it all the way around the top of the little cap. And then they also did those details on the bottom. What I take is the earlier version, which is this, they did not do that. So it's not missing it. It's not like it rubbed off. This is the way it was intended to be made. And I have to be honest with you, I like it like this because then you actually get to enjoy the details of the face a little bit more without those other features. And I might be nuts, but I think me and Amy together, when we were looking at Miss Pris, the later it gets in the years they made it, the blue is just a bit different. It's not drastic. I mean, it's not drastic, but if you put an earlier first generation Miss Pris with maybe the second or third that they did, there is a little difference in the blue. So,
and sometimes there can be a color variation between the Lefton pieces and the ESD, the Canada distributed Lefton too.
Exactly. So, I mean, for $40, if you guys are looking for a harder to find piece, I mean, there's way harder pieces from a bank to pictures, but a mug is not one that is always around that often. I don't find them that often. I actually have one at the store that's heavily damaged. This one I just found the other week. And other than the little chip on the bottom and what I showed you on the little chop over here, I can't feel anything else. And there's really not a lot of crazing on this one, and it's in very good condition. So, Jennifer, I see you're 42. Thank you so much. We're looking for 43 or more. There's her little flower up there. Minimal crazing, like I just got done saying. You can look in the light there, see how glossy this is. This will be a fun addition to a Miss Pris. This would be a great one to start with, okay? 4 inches tall, 4.5 inches wide. Let's do the countdown. We are looking for $43 or more on the Lefton Miss Pris kitty cat mug. So 43 or more, counting it down from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Kind of iconic kitsch. Miss Pris is definitely iconic.
You gotta have a piece of Miss Pris.
And if you guys are trying to make a set or different pieces, a mug is not something that you're just going to walk right out and find. So thank you for the bid end, Miss Karen G. So Wanda, Jennifer had a 42. You get it for $43. Thank you so much and congratulations.
Congratulations. I only have the cookie jar and the shakers. In my Miss Pris, I don't have any more pieces because I'm trying to get all the yellow ones first.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to do. All right. My next round is going to also start at $40. I do have one handmade piece tonight. It was the time I had, so I decided instead of sewing, I wanted to make another one of my nut tin arrangements tonight. And this is the larger one. I think the only other one that I had made so far this season was a much smaller one. But this is the full size nut tins, which I love to craft with. I love the graphics on these. Just makes you want to grab a handful and pop them in your mouth. I love pecans are my favorite, and cashews are also my favorite. But this is a Buster's salted mixed nut tin. I believe this one's from the 60s, and usually, it's from Des Moines. It's from Des Moines, Iowa.
Fancy.
I probably bought it in Iowa. I do pick these up, if I can find them. I usually don't pick them up if they have any rusting. So the graphics are really good shape. The tin itself is in really good condition. But really the focus point, pecans, however you want to say it, pecan, I don't know how to say it. I say pecan. So on the feature there is a flocked Joseph original little squirrel friend, and he is surrounded by some kitsch-tastic plastic, acorns and nuts aplenty. always look for the vintage candle rings that have the vintage nuts on them because they're not easy to find. And so I always am happy to find them so that I can use these in these particular arrangements. I've added some red tinsel to kind of bring out the red in the tin. So there's an acorn. I think that's supposed to be some sort of, I don't know, almond maybe. We got a peanut, some other, there's a big old walnut back there, and we'll turn it to the back. I have added some little flowers in there as well. I don't know, Brazil nut, and there's a little plastic pine cone. So all sorts of different kind of kitsch-tastic plastic vintage nuts on there. And then I've also decorated it with some kind of paper vintage little leaves and all sorts of different colors and some little stems poking out as well. Perfect for fall time. I love to make these. It's the only time of year that I do. And these guys are great for right now. You can, you know, use it up through Thanksgiving if you want, or if you need a gift for somebody, it's perfect for that too. Measurement for it is 6 by 5 1/4. So anything that's hanging off is where I get the width measurement from. And then it's to the top of his little tail there. So that is a Joseph Originals flocked ceramic squirrel. I love the flocked Josephs. They're some of my favorite things to give new homes to, my favorite. So let's count it down. Pecan, let's count it down. Nikki's in at 46, so we're looking for 47 or more. Hopefully I can get another one done for next week. I want to try and get some more of the stuffed squirrels. I know I only had a couple the other week, so I want to try and get some more of those done as well before we start moving into Christmas. All right, so let's count it down. We're looking for 47 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
You're right. The tins, the way they made the graphics, it's like you want to take a bite.
No, they don't do that like on the tins anymore. There's a tiny little picture, you know. Yep. That's it. That's all you get. All right. There is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. Nikki, your just in case did come in after the bid end, but you didn't need it. It is coming to you. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy, my next item is going to start at $40, and I don't find these that often anymore, and I am going to stay true and try to bring a piece of glass for each one of my sales. And this one is made by Viking. They did a series of these owl ashtrays, but these make great trinket dishes. They make great change holders. They are actual fun to hang on the wall, because actually where they have the little grooves don't actually stick out that much because it could look like feet on the owl actually. And from far away, they're not too noticeable. So it's a nice piece of art in the blue Neek. So it is in the blue Neek. There are no chips. There are no cracks. I do believe it probably was used. There is a little bit of wear back here on the back, but that's just years of it being moved over across a countertop. Okay. And that's to be expected. You kind of want that. So especially in the world of old glass, it helps identify that it is original and not newer glass. So it is a nice large piece of glass made by Viking, 8.5 inches tall, 4 3/4 inches wide, and it is their ashtray. Doesn't it look very mid-century? Look how great. Now, those are fingerprints on the top. If you see any kind of haze on it, it's just my fingerprints. I will clean them off before I ship it.
There is somebody on Instagram, I can't think of who it is, that has the whole rainbow of the owls hanging on the wall, and it's so cool. So
and
cool.
What people will do with these Viking pieces is they'll find a like a lighter that is period correct by Viking, and they'll sit the lighter on the inside. I've seen people take the fairy lamps of the owl by Viking and the color, they'll sit it in the center and use this like that. So that's the way it's going to look on your countertop. Kim Rianne, thank you. I see you're 40. So that's how it sits. You can get a plate stand and sit it up if you want to, like an easel, or you can get a plate holder hang them on the wall. So I see you steal at 42, and they're just fun. And again, they made them in all of the traditional Viking colors, like the red, the amber, the persimmon, the blue neek. They may have made some of the later colors, but those are really, really hard to find. But you can at least collect the 4 major colors of the owl. And again, it's a statement piece. It's a super nice, heavy piece of glass, and it is mid-century Viking, and it is in the blue neek. So one more time, let's get in here and show you the details of the face. No chips or cracks, although I do believe it was used at one time, because you can kind of feel like maybe they did clean that a little bit, but there's no scratches on it. No chips on the back. There are a little bit of wear marks here, and that's just, you can see it here because of it being moved across the countertop when it was being used. You can see a little line when I move it. That's in the manufacturing, or yeah, that's catching a little bit. That might be just a tiny little scratch on the back side, but you have to get up close on that to see it. Other than that, it is a gorgeous ashtray, and it measures 8.5 inches tall by about 4 1/4 inches wide. When we first got Mother Tuckers, you would see these and be able to pick them up. This is the first Viking owl dish that I have been able to purchase for resale probably in 2 years. They're just not out there. So Laura, thank you so much. I see you're 43. They're just getting a little harder to find and more collectible. So especially if you want them with no cracks or issues. So hello, Becky. Good to see you. I hope you are well. Jennifer is in at 45. So we're looking for 46 or more. And I have to tell you, I think one of my favorite Viking colors is the blue neek. I like mixing the blue neek with persimmon because the persimmon is that orange mid-century, and those are 2 good mid-century colors. So let's count them down. We're looking for $46 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. 46 or more. The bid end from Miss Karen G. Who? Karen G. Who? Karen G. Hey, even Amy's little figurines would look cute. Put them in there. Sit those little owls in there. That would look so kitschy. So cute. And again, these make good change savers, all sorts of things. So there's the bid end. Thank you so much. So it looks like Circle 7, you're getting it for $46. Congratulations. I know you love your Viking. Enjoy. And thank you all for the bids too. Thank you guys so much.
I don't know if I've ever seen, maybe I have this year, like once. Right. One of those Viking owls.
I don't see them anywhere, even at the
they're not out there anymore.
No,
yeah, I used to see them quite frequently, but
I used to be able to sell 2 or 3 a year at the shop. Forget it, no more.
Yeah, everybody's hanging on to them. I think
they are.
All right. Up next, I have Nancy Ann's Storybook doll, and I did have this one. I think she had different colored hair, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe it was in September. But this is Thursday's child. And she's dressed in this beautiful, like kind of dark gold colored dress. And then she has little accents of kind of light brown. And then she's got like a maroon wool felt hat on. I am including the tiny little pumpkins with her. Those are little vintage, all off the same nut candle ring as the nuts on the tin are these little plastic pumpkins. So I have a plenty of them, so I can definitely share. So perfect for a fall display, but I'm going to set it down. I'm going to show you. So Nancy Ann's Storybook dolls, I just got over the weekend a Nancy Ann's Storybook doll book in color. I've been looking for it for over a year. And there's so much in there I didn't even know existed. So I'm really excited to find, maybe look for and be able to identify some different things when I'm out and about. She is the composition. So early 1940s, she does have jointed arms. She does not have a jointed head or jointed feet, but she does come with a doll stand. So she does have her little painted shoes and her bloomers. Underneath, everything that you're seeing is original to her. She does have her little wool felt hat with the tie-on bow that's tied around her neck as well. And then the little applied millinery flowers at the bottom. Those are all original to her as well. So if we turn her to the back, she is marked very small back here. It says Nancy and Storybook Dolls. You want to always look for that marking on the back. Some of the dolls aren't marked, but most of them are. Some of the earlier ones don't tend to have that kind of marking, the first generation ones. But there are some copycats out there that they just don't quite look right, or maybe the detail quite isn't there. So you always want to look for that marking. But she does have a little hand-painted face. I love how they do just the simple details on the face. She does have red mohair hair underneath there. And measurement for her, she is 5.5 inches tall. So she is, if you're collecting, she's number 183 out of the Days of the Week series. They did do these in several different colorways, different hair, a little bit styled, different dresses for the same day of the week. So you could collect all the days of the week or just a specific day if you really wanted to. But I am going to include the little pumpkins to display with her. Although she is not technically like a fall because she's a Thursday's child. But I definitely think she's dressed for fall. So let's count her down. Sandra's in at 16. So we are looking for 17 or more. She did come with the doll stand, so I am including it. Sometimes when I find them, they don't. But I will include the dolly stand with it because I found it like that. So let's count it down. We're looking for 17 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Sandra, I see you're just in case. What else I discovered in this book, which I had no idea even existed, was Nancy and Storybook Dolls paired up with Ruthie Newton. Came with books and dolls that coordinated with the stories. I had no idea. So that's a new thing to look for because I had
circle goes round and round. Now it all makes sense.
Right? Two of my favorites teaming up together. I had no idea. All right, Sandra, you didn't need your just in case. She is coming to you. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
$25, Amy. And I have an original poster from the 1960s. The only condition issue is that I believe at one time the original owner did use tacks to put it up. So you can see it does have a little hole there. It does have a little hole in all four corners. And as I hold it up into the light, I don't know. It looks like there's a little hole here, but they're very, very pin size, okay? But it is not bent. It is in superb condition. This is an original 1960s large eyes by the artist of Eve. And these are the two Rockabilly girls. They did a couple of the different versions, you know, like, they did, was it the Masquerade? I don't know, but they did a couple of these where they're like dancing to the tunes. So if you guys are into this era of big eyes, this is an original. You can see it on the back here. There's a little discoloration to it, but it is a nice, thick little poster print of this. And it would look gorgeous framed. All right. It measures, and they go crazy on the eBay with this. So it measures 14 by 11, and this is an original. So you have the two girls here listening to their tunes. One is putting the record on the turntable, and the turntable is very period correct. I figured you would, Tracy. I figured this is definitely your style of fun things. They are dancing. They're the Grady Gruppo dancers in the flesh right here. So the colors are very vibrant. There's no real fading to this. There's no weird smells to it. I was happy to actually have one of these to offer because, you know, I don't find them. And again, this is original. I don't find a lot of the sad eyes or the big eye, prints to really offer. And again, this, you can see the 1960s cuts. You know, one is blonde, one is brunette, very period correct. She has her little dancing strap shoes on. Again, the record player is very period correct. And again, It is the artist, and I think the artist, if I'm not mistaken, is Eve. It is Eve who created these. You know, she was the one that her husband ripped her off with, like, I think that's how the story goes. I think the husband was selling
I'm pretty sure it's Margaret Keane that you're thinking of.
Or is that Margaret? Is this? No,
I think it was Margaret that had that situation.
I think it was. So then this was
and
this?
Eve was very like, trying to get in on the.
That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah. Be honest with you, in my area here, we don't find a lot of these. I don't even find a lot of the figurines. I don't even find a lot of the sad dog animals. And you just, even Peter Max style things in that whole like 60s, 70s era, that's why even to find the bunny locally here, you just don't find a lot of those things here. So if you're a record collector or a music collector, this would be fun. And again, it is an original poster. Here you can see sort of how thick it is, and it's a nice heavy gauge paper. So somebody at one point had this up on their wall because there are just a few little pinholes, but I think that gives it character. It's fun to think that some little teenager had this up in he or she's room and then loved it enough to take it down and hold on to it. So let's do a countdown of interest. We have some more rounds to go through. Again, if you do research on this, you'll see that I think $25 fits right in there at a good chance for somebody to try to get it at a fair market price. So I love the Big Eye movie. I think it's on that. I never got a chance to watch that, although I heard a lot about it. So let's do a countdown of interest. We are looking for $25. This is ephemera that would have been discarded. It's amazing it's even here. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. That's what I was envisioning.
Yeah, they look good together.
You kind of frame that.
The colors and everything.
You put your little hippie bunny there in front of it. I just thought it'd be a whole thing. You could put on a little Nancy Sinatra, these boots, and just have some fun. Thank you, Kim. Thank you I respect that. Thank you so much. So we'll put it to the side. Thank you.
That's awesome. I don't see that stuff either. I don't. If I do, it's at one of the big shows. Like somebody might have something like that, but I don't see any of that stuff out and about. It's just not here. I think it was more of a West Coast.
I think you're right, Amy. I think you're right.
Okay. I have a Joseph Originals, a cute little music box. I'd never come across this one in the wild before. Usually it's the squirrel, raccoon, rabbit on either swings or the seesaw was the most recent one that I had found of this, but I've never found this one before. And it is flock ceramic, just like the squirrel on my nut tin. But these are little meow meow, little orange cats. And I will say there's a little bit of wear to the flocking on some of the ear tips. So the flocking is not in perfect condition, which is why I'm starting this a little bit lower. It does work. And then there is a tiny little flea bite to the basket right there. So the basket is attached to the piece. Mama cat is attached to the piece. The base is also, it looks like wood grain. It is also ceramic, but it has wood feet and this kind of shag carpet. I love for the grass. I loved that they did that with all these kind of styled ones. And then there's little flowers on both the front and the back. And then there's little soft bedding that's inside of the basket, a little yellow bow. It does work. I'll play it for you with the Joseph Original sticker. Now, usually I can figure out the song that these play, and most of the other Joseph music boxes that I can think of usually tend to use the same songs over and over. This one I couldn't recognize it. Usually somebody in the chat can recognize it, but when the music is playing, this kitten is stationary and this one kind of bobs up and down and turns around in the basket. So that's the movement that you're going to see. I'm going to wind it up so we can listen to it, and hopefully somebody will recognize the song. I couldn't figure it out. I tried to like Google it and everything.
How much is that doggy in the window? That's what I bet it plays.
I think so. I haven't a clue. I tried, like I've listened to it so many times. Pussycat song. What is that, Karen? Who sings it? Really? Like
the song I used in my
What's
reel?
New Pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Really? It's Tom Jones? It does not sound like that song at all to me.
Doesn't have an upbeat. See, that's the problem, is that these music boxes don't seem to have the same tempo as the original songs. Okay, they're saying that's what's Pussycat.
I don't hear that at all.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, interesting. I would have never guessed that. Usually it's like some sort of instrumental thing. Sometimes they have used Beatles songs before with these.
Right.
I would have never guessed Tom Jones.
What are the odds?
And funny thing, Jason actually used that for his song for his reel for tonight. Okay. I would have never guessed that. Okay. Well, I'm going to do a countdown of interest on the music box. So we're looking for 28. Wow, I just can't hear it at all. Like, I know all the words to that song, and I just don't hear it. Okay. Let's count it down. Let's do a countdown of interest. Looking for 28 on the Little Flocked Kitty music box by Joseph Originals. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Yeah, maybe it's because is it in a different key? Or it's just so slowed down because that's a faster pace. I don't know. I just don't hear it.
I don't know if I can relate Tom Jones to flocking Joseph Original things.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting combination. I would think that it would be something else, like You Are My Sunshine or something like that. But no.
Yeah.
All right. I don't see any interest in that. That's all right. Thank you so much for looking.
All right, Amy, $25. And I got to start this at $25 because I have to tell you, I spent the afternoon trying to research this. I can't find it. All I can tell you is that Rushton did a small series of little weirdos, okay? I don't have a name, but I do believe that this is a little dodo bird, okay? So he is made by the Rushton Company. He has his original Rushton tag. So it is right there. So it is official. He is a Rushton. He's in superb condition. I was going between the big eyes and the hippie bunny. I was going psychedelic 1960s. So hopefully somebody's feeling this here tonight. He's in really, really good vintage condition. He even has these like sad little dopey green eyes that are underneath the purple eyelids right there. He has this very bright orange hair. Of course, you can see his beak. His body is purple. And there might be just a little discoloration here or there. And then on the felt feathers, there might be a little discoloration here or there, but it's completely intact. And actually, the woman I purchased it from, it came with the same Rushton cat. It came with the cat I sold last week. So she had a few Rushton pieces. She said she had never seen this before and didn't know anything about it. So I know that you can't get much more kitschier than this, and it's in really good vintage condition. So 10 inches tall, 12 inches wide. Thank you, MJ. I see you in at 25. They actually, in that series, did a few of the traditional pieces, but zhuzhed them up with some different flower power 1960s kind of things, and it made them different colors. Like they'd be a different burgundy or things like that. So I believe this is part of the series. But no matter what I checked on the interwebs, anything I checked on WorthPoint, short of a Rushton book being out there, I don't know when he was made. But there is a little series that I'm calling Weirdos. They're all this 1960s kind of like Purple People Eater, things like that. All these fun kind of out there 60s kind of stuffed animals. So there you can see his big feet, in very good condition, no discoloration. There's no rips at all. You saw the Rushton tag. He's really fun. He's kind of got that dopey kind of look about him. And again, I think he is a dodo bird. So, You can see his little nose right there, his little nostrils there. They are made of felt in very good condition. He has this fun long green beak, his green feathers, and his purple little body. I don't think you can get much more 1960s, early 70s Rushton.
He looks like something out of Beetlejuice.
He kind of does. Well, he kind of has that fun kind of Halloween feel about him too. You know what I mean? So I just think he's really fun. And if you guys enjoy kitsch, I mean, this is kitsch. And if you guys are really into that 1960s or 1970, early 70s kind of collecting, this guy is going to be right up your alley. So again, let me get in there. He actually has these yellowy green eyes that are underneath his purple little eyelids, and they're both intact. No smells, no weird issues. Body is purple. He's just really fun and kitschy. So let's count him down. MJ has him in at 25 on the fun little dodo bird. You're right. You're right, Rose. Very Dr. Seuss. But again, I can't help it because this is what I was envisioning. So if I have this guy here, and then you have this back here on your wall, you got a whole little 1960s. If you were looking for Christmas gifts for somebody, you get them that and you add the little bunny in there, you're good to go. You covered all that great 60s stuff. So count him down, 26 or more. Remember, we are doing just in case somebody wants to come in there. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. And his hair is that thicker kind of, I don't want to say like yarn, but they use that thicker kind of matted material in the 60s and 70s. And he is just, God, I think he's fun. So you got a home, buddy. You're going to go live with MJ. Thank you so much, MJ, and congratulations. He could be a real hard to find one.
All right. We're going back to kitties for my next round. And this particular larger Siamese cat came from Elkhorn as well. Actually, this particular lady, she has amazing Fenton and glass in her booth, and she's been selling poodles for the past 3 years. And then she had, a few cats this time. And I recognized this one right away. This one is made by Norcrest. And there's actually a counterpart cat that goes with this one. It's a little bit shorter and has the eyes closed. And but it is a much larger cat figurine, and it has this fun curly Q stylized tail that goes along the backside. Usually with these cats, they're just kind of tucked around the bottom of the feet, but they just went the extra step to give it a little bit more dimension to add the tail in there. The only notable thing that I want to mention about it, similar to the rhinestone cat shakers, this one also had a glaze pop. And this one happened when it was in the pouring or the molding process. There was an air bubble that was trapped in there. When the piece was fired, the bubble popped. It doesn't affect the displayability at all with it. There's no weird edge down here at that paw. It's just kind of up underneath the paw, but that's what happened when it came out of the mold. It's not a giant chip. It's definitely where a bubble popped on the bottom. There is a remnant of where that Norcrest sticker used to be there on the bottom. It's no longer there. Not really any other kind of condition issues with Mr. Kitty. I really like the face on this one. The eyes are kind of like a light butter yellow for the painting. There's no cold paint on the kitty. Everything is fired on here, so you don't have to worry about paint loss or anything like that. Really, really like how it's stylized. And there is the backside. Really nice Amy, condition. Yes?
Amy, we have a set of these, and they're fantastic. We have actually little velvet bows that we put on ours.
Oh, that's cute.
Like these fun little bow ties on them.
Yeah. That's cute. So I think you would look really cute with a little Santa hat draped over one ear.
Absolutely.
Because you can use cats at Christmas time. Merry Catmas. You can use cats at Christmas time too. I am going to give you a measurement, and then we'll do a countdown of interest. Measurement 4 is 7.5, so it's definitely a larger size figurine. 7.5 by about 3.5 at the widest point there. So let's do a countdown for Mr. Kitty. We're looking for $16. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Meow, meow. Bid end.
These are surprisingly harder to find. Like, they don't come around that often. It took us a while to find our set.
I know, especially together.
Yes.
All right, there's bid end from Karen. Thank you guys so much. We'll get Jason over here started.
$12, Amy. $12, Amy. And there is a little chip on the front of this, but this is an enamel mushroom pin, mushroom brooch.
Ooh, that's cool.
Really good condition, except for you have that little chip right there to the enamel. So to find these little enameled, let's see if we can twist that a little bit. These enameled mushrooms are a little harder to find than the flowers. So really fun color. Wait, why am I holding it? There we go. Really fun color scheme with the black and white polka dot. It measures 2 inches tall. It's in very good condition, minus that little nip. And if you guys wanted to, you guys could touch that up, and I don't think you would even notice it. So again, for your consideration, it is an enameled mushroom brooch. This is one of the ones that you could use in your flower frog, and it would be like a 3-dimensional figurine. You can see where it is painted here on the back. Again, I was going with a theme. I'll have another mushroom thing coming up here before we're done tonight. 2 inches tall. And again, that little nip right there could be touched up. I didn't want to do it because sometimes it doesn't bother people that has little patina. So, you know, if you want to, you guys can use that. You can put it on your hat. You could actually wear it, especially this time of the year, the black and whites. This also makes this look very retro 1960s, which is when it's from. So, again, it's in very good condition, but it does have that little nip. If you guys try to research some of these little enamel mushroom pins or brooches, I can't find one that looks identical to this. Sometimes a lot of these were more flat, not so 3-dimensional. There you can see how wide it is, and it's just in very good overall condition. So just that one little nip. So trying so you guys can see. Here you go. Let's get up close. Again, the black and the white, I think, is so 1960s. It would be great for this time of the year, or maybe you know a mushroom lover. Again, would make a great Christmas gift. 2 inches. It's 2 inches. So I don't even know how many little dots are on the front of that. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, maybe about 15 little polka dots on the front of that fun little mushroom. So I can't even tell you the last time I've ever seen one of these little enameled mushroom brooches. I think this is the first one I've ever found.
I don't think I've ever seen one like that.
I know Tina collects little enameled pins, and I think this one is just really different and unique. So we'll keep it moving. Let's count it down. We're looking for $12. If anyone's interested, let's do a countdown. $12, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. It looks like it's a little fuzzy there. Let's get in there. 2 inches, very good condition. That could be easily touched up. We could touch it up. I just didn't know how it would blend. So no interest. Thank you for letting me show you. We'll keep it going.
That would also look cute in a flower frog.
You're right.
Like that.
You're right.
Okay. I have a handmade item, but it's not handmade by me. It's handmade by Mama Pam. Okay. And so I thought I'd bring this tonight. The next round that I will have, I brought it tonight because I thought it looked cute with the book. But Mama Pam made this. I don't think she's probably not in the chat anymore. She's probably asleep by now, but usually she doesn't stay for the whole show. But so I believe that this is a vintage Boyd's cat that she has added paint to in some different spots to give a little bit more texture to the fur and the blushing and that sort of thing. And then she has added a little piece of a vintage quilt for the kitty to hold. So that is permanent in there. like we come across quilts, and sometimes we come across really nice ones that she cleans up, that we bring to our antique show in March. But then we find cutter quilts that have big old holes, or there's big old stains areas, or, like, but there's still a lot of life left in part of it. So that's, she has cut it up to make a little baby quilt for the kitty to hold. And then we've got Kitty's little tail back here on the back side. Now there are jointed legs for the cat, but no joints anywhere else. No joints anywhere else, but the feet are jointed. So I think in order for it to stand, though, you would have to have a dolly stand, but it's meant to just kind of sit. And I'll show you why I brought it. I thought that the cover of this book is the little, cat yawning with I thought they were cute together. So that's why I decided to bring that tonight. And then the little kitty whiskers. So MJ's in at 16. Thank you so much. So we're looking for 17 or more, and it is made by Mama Pam. No, it's not signed anywhere, or no tag or anything like that. But it is made by Mama Pam. All right, so let's count it down. We're looking for 17 or more. It does measure 6 by 5, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
Sorry about that, Amy. I keep trying to hit the mute button every time I feel like I get off.
Yeah, it happens. I know you're on the tail end of it, but. All right, there's the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. MJ, it's coming to you. Thank you so much. All right.
$10, Amy. $10. And let's see if anybody wants a gorgeous piece of, we'll call it original. We'll call it original Max Parrish artwork from the 1920s. It is this gorgeous.
I love this fan.
Gorgeous vintage fan. Yes, there are some condition issues. Somebody along the line, the tip did come off and they did put some tape on it. I did not do that. It was a giveaway from Sunday's Drugstore over there in Millersburg, Pennsylvania. And again, it is this great, it is for the Fadeless Dyes and Tint. So you can see that they are painting this gorgeous, very Art Nouveau style butterfly. So I don't know if you want to call them little nymphs or little, fairies or little pixies, but you can see they are holding the little dyes and the little colors. And then you have the lead one there go ahead and is painting the gorgeous wings of that gorgeous, very 1920s style butterfly. So again, just $10. I would even say if you wanted to, you could take the stick off and go ahead and frame that if you were interested in it. Seeing that this is from the 1920s and is still around, especially seeing that it was, an advertisement that was given away, I just think is amazing. So these graphics alone by Max Parrish are very sought after and very, very collectible. So the colors on it are very vibrant. It doubles not only as artwork, but it's also an advertisement piece. So the cardboard section is 8.5 by 6.5. And I know a lot of folks love the stuff that is a little weathered. So Miss Whittle one's the first one in at 10. We're looking for 11 or more. And again, I still think it displays beautifully, even though it has the little part that looked like it came, separated, and they did put tape on it. The tape even is aged a bit, so it's been like that for a good long while. So the way it stands, again, it is 8.5 by 6.5. When you add the stick in, it makes it 14 inches. So they even have a little bit of tape there on the stick, and the stick is original to it as well. So again, the colors are very vibrant. It's in very good vintage condition in that aspect, except for the fact that some of it has separated. There are a few bends in it, so you can sort of see right around in here what I'm talking about. Let's see if I can get my finger in the right place. So there are some bends in it, but again, this is old. This is about 100 years old. So let's go ahead and count it down. We got to keep it moving. We got like a few more rounds. So we have a tie. So Patty, if you're interested, it would be 11 or more. Let's do it. We'll count down 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. You can't get much more storybook magical, mythical than this artwork right here. I mean, it's gorgeous. I mean, if we didn't do so mid-century things, this would be what we'd be decorating with. And it does mix with the kitchen mid-century too. So there's the bid end. Patty had a just in case of 14, but Miss Whittle one is coming to you for 15. Thank you, ladies, so much.
Congratulations. Okay, I do have that book, The Kittens and the Puppies I just showed. So we'll bring that next. It's going to start at $12. I've had this book one other time, and it was several years ago that I've had this one. It is a Whitman Publishing book from 1938. It's in really nice condition. Just the typical, like, you know, very minor, like little wear things on the binding, and there's very minimal bending on the corners. It's really, really nice shape, especially for being from 1938. But it is The Kittens and the Puppies, and really cute illustrations. Not typical like Ruthie Newton, like really kitschy, cute kind of things. More on the realistic side of illustrations for this one. And I'll open it up. So there's several different little animal stories that go throughout the book here. We've got the little kittens here and their plate of milk playing around. I'm going to get caught up on the chat. Thank you, ladies, so much. Nikki and Sandra are both in at 12, so we're looking for 13. We've got the little bulldog. I mean, look at these cats that got in the jam jar.
Oh, no. In the molasses. No.
I picture this happening with Parmesan because he's naughty. That's all I'm going to say. He's naughty. So I can definitely see this happening. I don't want it to happen, but I can envision it. And then we've got the puppies fighting over a sock in the laundry room. I love this one here.
Oh my God.
With the cats driving in the car.
He's got attitude, Amy.
I love that one. These are so great. I love the It's a very different illustration style that usually I gravitate. Look at the little Scotty dogs and the bunnies in the back, the little cats and the parachute. These are cute little stories. They all have a little something underneath them. We've got Mama Cat protecting her kittens from looks like two puppies. There's some more little kittens. Pepper and Sis.
Love them.
Pepper and Sis.
Love them.
Left them a big bowl of milk, but they lapped it all up at once. Then they looked about and saw Granny's sewing basket, and they had a good time with the spools of thread. All the kittens are doing bad things. You've got these sad puppies that don't want to take a bath. They really don't want to take a bath. And we've got Fluff and Puff. It looks like they're caught outside in a storm. Sandra, I see you're 15. Thank you so much. There's just a couple more pages. I really like this one of the cat and puppy in the little hat box. Super cute. And this one for the wintertime, the cats on the sled.
Oh my God.
So
That's
cute.
Good.
And then we're to the back cover again with the shaggy dog and the little kittens on the back. So it does measure 9 by 13. So oversized book. And I forgot to mention is that linen-like. Like the texture of the paper meant to mimic fabric. It's linen-like. All right, so let's count it down. Nikki's at 16, so we're looking for 17 or more. Let's count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. All right. There's the puppy kitty bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. Nikki, or just in case, came in after the bid end. So looks like before the bid end is MJ. So congratulations, MJ. It looks like we have a cute pairing. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Good. All right, Amy, $8, and I love this kind of stuff. It's $8. I believe it's one of a kind. I believe it's handmade. Don't know how familiar you guys are with feed sack material. I'm sure you are, Amy, especially you and your mom doing the shows. So this is made out of vintage feed sack material, okay? So it is this awesome lady who is a clothespin holder. That's what I believe. So you can tell that it's all hand sewed, okay? So you have this fun woman in her attire. You don't get much more folk art 1940s, 1950s than that lady's face. Here you can see she has her over, like her shawl. Then she has this large dress, and this is all feed sack material. And then she's got her little dingle dangle.
Look at her little feet.
Her little dingle dangle feet there. So this is one of those ones that would have been like thought of and just created. Her arms, I believe, are in her pockets. That's what I believe. There's nowhere where that's missing. They really couldn't have done that. And then what this was supposed to do is this was supposed to hold like your clothespins and things like that. Or maybe you were supposed to put some other kind of, maybe it was a pajama bag. I don't know. But
I was just thinking maybe it was a pajama bag.
You know, you could fill her up with all sorts of things. And now she can kind of dance for you. Turn into a puppet. So like she is this fun.
You keep your plastic grocery bags in there.
You could. I think this would look so great in a vintage laundry room if that's what you have. If you guys do those 1940s or 50s like kitchens, or you have those little what do they normally call them? They have like the outside, Oh, words are tough for Jason. It's kind of like, where you would have done the laundry, your alcove, your outdoor, your like screened in seasonal room, things like that. Like you could hang this in there and stage it, because that's where it probably would have hung when, folks went in and out when they did their laundry. So I think she's fantastic. I think she looks like Butthead. Thank you. Thank you for helping me upsell the gorgeous piece, Dusty Moose. But I think that it is very folk art. I will say folks that come into my store that are collecting things like trench art, things that are handmade. This is what folks did when they didn't have money.
She would be good to put brooches on too.
Oh
like
my God.
Hang it on the wall and put, flower brooches all over.
You're right. I didn't even think about that. And she's clean. She doesn't have a lot of smells. And that's the old feed sack.
I love that fabric.
So what they would do is you would get the feed in these cotton sacks. And then what you would do is, seeing folks were poor then, they would recycle, and you would make pillowcases. You would make, you'd make blankets. You'd make all sorts of things out of it. So some woman or man crafted this great clothespin holder, and it's in really good condition. I know it's very abstract looking, but that's what I'm there for. So, and that's what I'm selling it as, is that it is an oddity. Cool. It is a little different looking. So it's about 20 inches long, $8 if anybody's interested. Let's do a countdown of interest. I think she's really cute, and I think somebody's missing out on a fun, unique piece. Maybe you even need like a white elephant that you're doing a gift for, or honestly, somebody who has like a vintage kitchen or a vintage laundry room. They would appreciate this and enjoy this, because you can tell that that's all hand stitched. That is all hand stitched right there. So we'll count it down: 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Somebody love me. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Again, you fill that up. You get her little feet going there. I mean, you could do a little dance party with her there. So I just think she's really neat, and that it is out of feed sack. So we'll keep it moving, Miss Amy. We got one more round.
Okay. My last item is going to start at $8 as well. I guess I didn't need to put that in there again. And my last round is a Rempel Squeak. Perky the Pup. I'm going to be collecting the squeaks. I'm changing up my bathroom. I've been trying to figure out what to put in there. So I'm going to start collecting, and I already have Perky the Pup. So this is an extra. And I'm collecting it because Misty gifted me this book a long time ago, and it's really not in the greatest of shape. But I'm going to collect, to display with the book. So I have an extra Perky the Pup, and this does date to the 40s, and he's still Stoff, and he's still Squeaker Alert. He still has a squeak, and this is kind of for the most part how I find the Rumpelsqueaks. They, you know, just kind of get this darker brown color over time. And he's really nice and soft. Sometimes these can get hardened and a little bit mangled over time. It is marked here on the center, Rempel Manufacturing, and there is the metal squeak there. So no warping, no hardening of Perky the pup. And in case you're not familiar, I haven't really told this in a while, so that's why I decided to bring this out. Where this originated from. First, it was the storybook, DG and the Fairy Princess, and how it came about was like he started shaping all of the animal friends, and you can see Perky the pup is right on the corner of the table. You know, some of these are very recognizable for the Squeak toys, and the Squeak toys were based on this particular story. So he started sculpting all of his animal friends out of clay, and then with the fairy involved, some magic happens, and then they all come to life. So that's kind of the origin story of the Rumpelsqueak toys. And let's count him down. I see MJ's in at 8. He does measure 4.5 by 5. And Perky the pup, I like how they sculpted his little paw up in the air. Just simple and cute. Some of my faves. Let's count it down. MJ's at 8, so we're looking for 9 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bedent. MJ, I'm not parting with that book. I've looked for it for years, and then Misty gifted it to me, so I can't.
Yes, MJ's coming for your book, Amie.
I know. All right, there's the bid in from Karen. Thank you so much. So MJ, Perky's coming to you. Thank you so much.
And Miss Whittle One, you're right. That did look like, she said it does. It looks like a potato head. It kind of does. I don't know.
I can see that now.
Kind of in love with it now. All right, $12, Amie. My final item, $12. And I don't think you can get much more kitschier for $12 than a vintage apron that has mushrooms on it. Very 1960s, 1970s kind of feel. It is made out of terry cloth. I don't believe, with the way the stitching is on it, it probably was factory made, okay? With terry cloth towels, sometimes they do get a little bit of yellowing to them. So in the back, there is a little bit of yellowing, but other than that, for $12, it's in very good vintage condition. So it has your non-traditional colored mushrooms on it. First of all, let me tell you, it is 21 inches wide by about 15 inches long. So here, let's get it on here so you guys can see these fun mushrooms. They have butterflies on it as well. So you have some pinks, you have some oranges in there. I mean, how much more retro can you get that you have a pink mushroom with orange details and some green details? So again, you can see it does have the drawstring or the string to tie in very good condition with no smells, no issues. I mean, I don't know. I think mushrooms are still as popular today as they were just a little bit ago. So there you can see that actually the butterflies have some green polka dots. That's actually a pink butterfly. We have a pink mushroom with a orange base. I mean, you can't get much more.
Do they glow, Jason?
And this, Amie, I don't know. I'm always the one that asks that question.
It's just those colors makes me wonder.
Let's see. Oh my God, yes they do. Yes, they do. They glow like the Dickens. I don't know if you guys.
That orange, I kind of figured.
Yeah. So everything that's orange fluoresces under black light, that makes it even better. So if you know somebody that collects the Merry Mushroom, this would be, especially mushroom lovers, they love anything that has a mushroom on it. So we are getting into the season now where if you're looking for a Christmas gift, if you know a mushroom lover, this would be great. They don't even have to wear it. They can just kind of tie it and then hang it. So I can't believe nobody doesn't want a mushroom apron. So let's do a countdown of interest and move on. My God, this would be like bada bing, bada boom. So $12, let's do it. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Thank you, Melanie. I see your 12. Again, it's like brand new. Just a light little discoloration in the back, which is typical with these. Tina sells them all the time. Thank you, Melanie. I was going to lose all faith in live sales if I was going to hold up a mushroom apron that glows with pink on it, and it was going to no sell. Like it's going to be my last sale. I was going to be done. I was going to be like, Amie, I quit.
Oh, no.
Thank you, Melanie, and congratulations.
Thank you, Karen, for being our bid ender this evening. As always, we certainly appreciate all of your help, and thank you to Kim as well, helping out in the chat. Both of you ladies for putting all the extra things into the chat throughout the sale. As always, thank you so much for that. Before we get into our community share, so we have 2 tonight. Reminder, we're going to be doing invoicing. I'm going to be doing invoicing tomorrow. So if you haven't sent information to us, do make sure and do that tonight. And Jason's going to be doing on Saturday.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. And I'm going to pop the email up here again in case you guys want to email us anything. You're welcome to send something. Just make sure you send a brief description with your photos to us so that we know what we're looking at and we can talk about it when we share the photos. All right. ShareMyFindsLive@gmail.com. All right. And do we want to talk about what we have coming up before we get into that as well?
You're running the show, Miss Amie. If you want to, let's do it.
Well, I won't be back until Wednesday. We're back here next Wednesday for Fantastic Finds again. And then Jason's got something special on Sunday. So I will pop that back up there again.
All right. So please come over to Instagram this Sunday. The Valentinos are hosting our first ever, nobody wants to call it a marathon. So it'll be a brisk walk. It'll be a 7-hour brisk walk. Okay.
Speed walking.
So, yes, we have created, the Valentinos have gotten together because, first of all, we are resellers, but we are also collectors. So we feel that what better to buy your vintage from but other collectors, okay? And a lot of the folks that we've invited to come with us first started coming to lives and attending them because they were collectors, and now they are resellers. So at 3:30 p.m. Eastern over on Instagram on this Sunday, October 20th, we are going to have our first Vintage Holiday Collectors Club sale, okay? And our co-sellers, so what we'll do is at 3:30, the Valentinos will get together. We are going to have like a quick claim section. So we'll start the day off from about 3:30 to 4, us fellas, and then one will drop out. And then the first one that will join us will be Katie, the very lovely vintage treasure girl, who was actually on my first Mother Tuckers Monday. The first one we ever did, she was a guest with us. So hopefully you guys are following her. Then the second guest will be Nate. My vintage is 1976. I'm sure you guys know who he is. He did a YouTube sale or 2, and I'm sure you guys know who he is. Then we will have the very lovely Ashley join us, Paul's Rusty Gold. So make sure you're following her. And then we'll wrap up the evening with the very lovely Viv, who was really fun back in the day because her and I always went after the same things in the sales. But she is Ron and Viv Sell Vintage. So and then us fellas will get back together and round out anything that didn't sell. So if you guys are into some really good Christmas, please come check us out. Just because it's collector grade, it doesn't mean it's going to be collector prices. So don't let that scare you. There will be a ton of price points for introductory people and for the advanced collector. So there will be some things of that nature. So please check out all of our previews and come hang out with us. God willing, I will be back Monday. We are planning on doing a Mother Tuckers Monday. So after that 7-hour marathon, I will be back. We're planning on doing that. We had stuff this week, but we had to cancel due to sickness. And then I will be back with Amie for Fantastic Finds.
And in case you weren't here at the beginning and you heard me talk about this, there will be more information coming about Jason and I's second annual Christmas marathon sale here on my channel. Jason's going to be with me all day. We have Katie Vintage and Vinyl, Barb Winking Owl Antiques, Heather of Antique Agenda, Ariana at the Withering Cottage, Misty Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter, Jamie at Mid-Century Wasted, Pamela Blanchard, and Jason and I all day long. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. So it's going to be a fun, awesome day. So more information will be coming probably next week, hopefully, about times when everybody's going to be on. Okay. So let's get into our community share. So we have two to get to tonight. The first one I have is Jen, otherwise known as Junebug Vintage from Instagram. Jen's usually in our sale chats. Yes. She was here earlier tonight. She said, well, I don't know if I'm going to be up for it, but if she's still here, she might be able to talk about.
Oh my God.
Yes. So this is the far out. There's several different pictures, but this is her hutch.
Wait a second, Amy. Hold on a second, Amy. I don't mean to interrupt you. So when we did Fantastic Finds on my channel, I saw the photos and Amy didn't. So this time I'm not seeing these, so you'll get my unfiltered response. Yeah.
So this is the far back view. This is Jen's hutch display. And she has sent us in photos of the shelf up above before that shows her salt and pepper shaker collection. But this is the far back view. I do have some other angles that we can look at as well. But she loves to incorporate her vintage Pyrex and her salt and pepper shakers in with her vintage Halloween. But she also likes to put in some new kind of vintage inspired Halloween, like Joanna Parker pieces. She's got some great Joanna Parker pieces. I have seen it in there besides the vintage. So like the owl creamer and then the pumpkin sugar bowl. There's a little ghosty bowl there in the center. She's got the cookie jar. Lots of great Joanna Parker pieces. Those I think down the line are going to have like some great, like we're talking Left and Napco, PY kind of value down the line. So those are very valuable right now. I can imagine that those are going to be later on. And there we can see we got some little Holt Howard Daisy Dorable shakers and the little teapot with the owl stacked with the Pyrex and the pumpkin bucket. I love that. I love like the whole mixture of everything together. Here's another view from the side. Great display. I wish I had a big hutch like that. Sadly, I don't. But let's go back through the photos so we can look at them all one more time. I love it. I love the like different colors. And I mean, the Left and Bluebirds down there at the bottom, they can work for Halloween too. Why not? They can be there with the pumpkins and the ghosts. I love it all.
It's good.
So good. And all the Joanna Parker pieces. And I spy a handmade piece of mine. I just found it. I think that's like really old school. It's like in front of that pumpkin blow mold. I wish I could zoom in, but I can't. Orange in front of that orange pumpkin with the witch hat blow mold. There's a little orange cup there with a black cat moon. That's a handmade piece by me.
You would think that StreamYard could give us some options.
That would be nice to like just zoom in, you know. Yeah, I can't do that. I would have noticed if I would have noticed it, I would have like made another copy and cropped it because man, that's old school.
Right.
That's an old piece.
Good.
I love it. Thank you, Jen, for sending all those in to us. Then the other one that we have, and I mentioned this, was Tone TTK, TONTITIK. Sometimes we see her name, otherwise known as Katie, in the chat. She's usually at Fatbirds. A lot of times, sometimes Pam Sales, I've seen her pop up. But she sent in one picture to us, and I'll pop that up there on the screen. And she says that she loves to thrift in her area of Wisconsin and Illinois. And she found this motion mirror art in Illinois for just $5. And I have seen these, and I think Jason, you've probably seen these too. These are pretty expensive.
Yeah.
And she said she saw another one on YouTube on a YouTube video for $17.50. So she thought that her $5 was a good deal. So definitely a fantastic bargain out there. And she said this is a photo of it hanging in her living room.
Looks good.
So that was whatever YouTube video that she saw the one in is at the bottom. And then the one that she found for $5 is hanging on the wall.
And if I recall, these have sound. And of course they have movement.
Like the waves of, you know,
yeah,
in the ocean, like meant to mimic like moving water, and probably seagulls flying over there. I've seen lots of tropical ones of those moving pictures. I've seen a lot of those. So thank you, Tone TTK. Katie, thank you for sending that in as well. All right.
And Amy, I don't know if you saw Laura from Fatbirds popped into our chat.
No, I didn't.
How are you, Laura? Good to see you.
Hi, Laura. And Nikki Moss.
Yes,
Nikki Moss too. I didn't because I had the chat. I didn't have the chat on. Yeah, no, I didn't. So thank you both for emailing us and sending in. Oh, Jen is still here. Well, good, Jen. I'm glad that you stayed up for that. Thank you. Thank you both for sending us in anything to the show. We love to share anything that you guys want to send us. It's so much fun. And we always learn something from each other and maybe get an idea or two of how we can decorate on our own. So I appreciate that. Thank you guys again for hanging out with us tonight. I know we're a little bit later than we usually are. Thank you guys for hanging on with us. If anybody's watching on the replay, we'd love for you to comment anything, you know, if you had fun watching the show or the community share. We'd love to hear from you. Take care for the rest of your week. Make sure to go over and check out Jason's sale on Sunday. And we'll see you back here next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for another episode of Fantastic Finds. Thank you all so much, and have a good night, you guys. Good night.